Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rent asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Hello, and welcome to Ages of Einor. I am your humble stream host, Pixel, and I am pleased to present to you the Dear God. Does anyone remember what we're doing in this campaign? Some kind of a freet or something wanted us to go to the corrupted forest in hell or some such thing? 21st episode of Ages of Einor presents Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. As always, we are going to get into the game here in just a few moments, but before we do, we're going to go over our usual housekeeping things. First things first, you will notice today that I am not GMing. I am in the player's chair for today, and that means you will not be seeing, when we go to map screens, GM stuff. So, in that sense, you can't spoil anything. But if you have played this adventure before, or you have read it, please don't spoil it in chat, because we will be hanging out in chat with you guys. And therefore, if we see the things that you type that are spoilers, it will ruin the experience for us, so please don't do that to us. Secondly, don't forget about the rules. There's a lot of them, and also we've just switched over to the new 2024 rules, and some of us might be a little less familiar with those, so if we are trying to remember how ruling works or whatever, and you happen to know it, feel free to throw that in chat, but if we don't see it, don't lose your mind. And also, you know, if we get something wrong and just make it up, who cares? We're here to have fun, not to exactly play everything perfectly. Thirdly, you should be aware that with the new rules, inspiration has changed. That means that okay, we are back, everybody. Hello and welcome. We are Ages of Einor. My name is Pixel. We said a bunch of stuff already. I'm just going to pick up from where we left off and stitch things together. We will fix it in post, as they say. So, as I was saying, inspiration has changed. So be aware of that. When you grant chat inspiration, you will be able to grant people basically, they can now, in the 2024 rules, use it for any dice, not just the D20 roll. Fourth, this is an open and welcoming space, so don't be a Wangrod. And a reminder, we do release the show on YouTube after each episode during the following week. So if you can't make the whole show, or if we keep crashing, or whatever, you know, we'll put that up on YouTube so you guys can watch that if you can't be here live. And then, of course, last thing before we get started, we're going to go around and remind everybody who we are, who we're playing today, and if we have chat inspiration, I will throw it back to our illustrious GM, DocRobert.
Hey everyone, I am DocRobert, or Robbie, and I am, as Pixel has so kindly introduced, the Dungeon Master today, putting these people through various forms of literal and non-literal hell. And so, I'll be playing everyone that are not our wonderful 5 characters. And with that, Pixel, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, hey there, gang. It's me. I'm Pixel. As I stated before, I am not GMing. I am playing, and today I will be playing Phoenix Brightgreen, Dwarven Barbarian, and, you know, sort of general kind of piece of shit human being. And you can find me here on the internet, twitch.tv/hammerandpixel. We've been doing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV lately. I am on my way in Dawn Trail. We are headed to the end of that, and then I will be extremely happy to be able to play some other games on my stream for the first time in nearly a year, practically. So, you know, be around for that.
Bonus Mom.
And I do have chat inspiration.
I do have chat inspiration. I'm Bonus Mom. I'm playing Bonnie Mama, as near as I can remember, a human warlock. And you can find me on Twitch and TikTok and occasionally YouTube and sometimes in my living room, which is where I am tonight. So,
McReese.
Hi guys, I am McReese. Tonight I will be playing Raven LaFey, the tiny tiefling druid. I do have chat inspiration, and I can be found keeping Bonus Mom's lives safe.
And up to date.
Yep.
Cam.
Hello, my name is Cam, or Noramark, the token Brit. Tonight I'm playing the mighty Jax, the mightiest tiefling that ever existed. Ready to take on hell.
Last but certainly not least, Kaylee.
I'm Christy, or Kaylee, and I play Temperance, the Air Genasi sorcerer, who's not having a very good time at all. I can be found streaming on Tuesday nights with another D&D group called Reality Break. We are currently playing through the Candlekeep Mysteries, and my brother and my mom are two of the other players, so it's a lot of fun. You can also find me on TikTok, and sometimes I stream, although I haven't been able to recently very much, on Twitch.
Right. Last time on Dungeons and Dragons, our characters managed to find hopefully a pathway to help them get to a sword that was once owned by the Archdevil Zariel, and maybe, just maybe, will have the key, will be the key to help them oust her, and therefore redeem the now lost city of El Turel. With that, they found their way to an item, an object that seemed to be called the Demon Zapper. This monstrous creation shot lightning bolts out at any fiendish creature that got anywhere near it, which seems pretty great until they realized that it seemed to be being charged by a unicorn that was trapped within it and was acting as the battery power. Upon trying to save it, they found very little that they could do until a Dow, an earth genie, popped up to tell them that they absolutely could rescue this the unicorn here. But in order for that to happen, they needed to go talk to Red Ruth, a well, let's just say someone over in the Bone Brambles, in order to help them find a solution to the Dow's problem. And also, and upon doing that, not only would she help her, or help them release the unicorn, they would also give them some information about the Archdevil Baal, who is Zariel's mortal enemy, but also subservient to her. Someone who would love to see Zariel brought low. So they have made their way, as they are going to see, to this forest in the distance. It is about a day later. If you guys haven't had a long rest, go ahead and give yourselves a long rest. We'll go ahead and say that you took a long rest in the interim. You had the time to do that. And you find yourself on the outskirts of this enormous forest. Now, it is difficult to see the way that you're actually, or may actually, so go in. So you're gonna have to just take a look. You guys are all the way up here at the top. We do mega ping. You guys are up there.
Oh.
Yeah, so you guys are going to have to decide where it is that you want to enter and how you're going to try to find Red Ruth herself.
And Bonus Mom, you can click and drag. You can zoom in and out with your mouse wheel and click and drag. We're up in the very top.
Okay, what I'm seeing is it says my DM is not currently hosting a game session.
Oh, maybe
so that
refresh
mean...
that page.
Refresh.
Yeah, refresh your page.
Okay. Okay, now I see now I see it.
Perfect. Okay. So I have just...
I was going to say, before we kind of jump into there, we ended on a little bit of a lore bomb last week. Well, I say last week, last session.
Yeah, a month
As we
and a
were
half
about
ago.
to take a long, yeah, as we were about to take a long rest, we finished on quite a lore bomb of Kaylee, or Temperance, admitting to us that she had been set up for an arranged marriage. So there was a conversation currently in play as
and you're
we
welcome
ended
to
the session.
continue. And you're welcome
which
to
was,
continue that.
I believe, was between Raven, Bonnie, and Temperance.
Don't remember the details of the conversation because I just have written down the voice that Temperance heard in her head saying something along the lines of that she's on a collision course with destiny and that one of the voice's servants will meet you, your future husband.
Yeah, I think
That
I actually have the
is-
full text. I'll throw it in the group.
Okay.
chat.
Yeah, I didn't. I was writing too frantically to catch anything, and I got to tell you that I underlined husband so hard that it went through to the other page of my notes.
Damn.
Hate to see it.
Brutal.
Yeah, just to give you a bit of a taste of Temperance's emotional state in that moment.
Well, and I have exclamation point after he will help us. That's what I have. Your future husband will help us.
Great. I mean, help is good, but that's not exactly how I would choose it. So I think, yeah, after she probably babbled out some version of whatever it was that she heard and is just pale and shaking.
Okay, and we were in the middle of a conversation. That part I don't remember.
as
but
Yeah, I don't
far as
remember that either.
What I have
I
written,
also don't remember.
what I have written down is voice comes back into Temperance's head. Quote, "You are able to rid yourself of the unpleasantness even without my help. I am proud of you, daughter. You have put yourself on a collision course with destiny. Your path lies ahead of you, and one of my servants will help you, your future husband." So I think
Right.
Temperance heard that in her head. I don't remember the context, if it was
Okay.
like going to sleep or in the
Thank
middle of
you.
a conversation that this dropped, but
I believe it was part of a dream, or maybe just on the cusp of wakefulness.
Yeah, I think we
Temperance bolts
just
awake saying,
drifted.
"Future husband."
I mean, honestly, probably.
Future husband?
I mean, she's 18. That's not exactly something
Yeah.
that you think about.
Sure.
You're not from Utah.
No. Well, I mean,
Well, Temperance isn't.
no.
I guess she's kind of from D&D Utah.
A little bit. In a manner of speaking.
The manner of speaking.
So so that voice coming into her head, she would have probably said that there's somebody is gonna. I've been told that someone's going to come and help us, and then there was something about a future husband that I have not chosen, and I don't like that idea, and the whole thing was very unsettling, and yeah.
Oh my dear. Well, I do genuinely.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
From anyone. If she tells us that, that's what I'd say. Did it die again?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It died in the middle, as
Kaylee,
you said. Totally. We lost almost all of it, frankly.
I'm sorry. What happened?
We lost
we
almost
lost the
everything you
beginning,
said.
middle, and end of what you said.
Oh, well, what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if Kaylee said to all of us and we heard it, but basically what
Yeah.
I would have said is that's the least of our worries, honey. Some future husband when we're in hell. That's what Bonnie Mama would have said.
You're right. You're right.
It's the fact that her mom seems to be in hell.
I don't even know anymore. And every time I get this voice in my head, it's more bad news and more things that feel out of my control. And I've had enough of that and I don't like it. I just would like to choose my own path. And this feels like I'm having choices taken away from me. But you're right, Bunny. You're right, Bunny. This is the future problem. At best, maybe we'll get some help out of it.
Also,
At
given
worst,
that
we
we're
knock
in,
some head together.
Say that again.
sorry,
I missed
Raven,
it.
go
Sorry.
ahead.
At worst, we just knock some heads together.
I was gonna say, since we are in hell, definitely get a prenup. And for sure read that thing like super carefully. Don't make my mistakes, Temperance. Don't make my mistakes.
That's good advice. Thanks.
Well, I think we should all get some rest because apparently we've got someplace to go and somebody to find.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so am I right in understanding that there are a couple of different sort of entry
Yes,
points?
there are multiple entrances into this labyrinthine.
So it looks like
Yeah, so it looked like a forest, but as you get closer, you realize that it's not actually made of woods, but made out of bones. Thousands,
sure.
tens of thousands of bones from different creatures. So feel free to pick your entrance as they are all around.
yeah.
You
So
should
I'm
be-
seeing
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 entrances. Is that right?
Yeah, that looks like right to
boom,
me.
boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have
Does
any
it look
sort of?
as though our little piece of machinery, did we have to park it and we're on foot?
Yes,
I don't
correct.
remember that part. Okay.
That's because I yada yada that part.
Okay.
Anybody got any sort of divinatory
Hold on, she's
magic
gonna
that
put a
might
club
give
on
us
it,
a?
and she runs after you.
Anybody got any divinatory magic that might sort of help us pick one of these things?
Not really. I mean, if you need something struck with lightning, I can do that.
You see Jax like digging around in pockets, like pulling out bits of fluff and just looking at it as if this is like the most incredible thing that this has ever existed.
Just as a long shot, Phoenix is going to talk to the shield again.
Seem to be any wildlife.
No. You wouldn't
Okay.
see any living creatures around, at least not here. You haven't really seen any living creatures on the Salt Flats as a whole, other than like the devils. I mean, there may be a few around, but not really.
Bonnie,
Everybody will switch out that
Bonnie
spell.
has detect magic.
Bonus Mom's computer's going through it today.
Yeah. So Bonnie has detect magic. Will that give her anything? Is the question.
If you want to use it, it might but that lasts for 10 minutes, and then that will only give you the presence of magical objects, items, and effects. So let's go ahead and though move over to Phoenix. Yes, what is it that you would like?
Hey, what's up, G-Dog? You know anything about this corrupted forest of bones things here?
This is outside of my knowledge. It was not here last time I was in Avernus.
Balls.
Although I don't know how recently it was that I was here. It has been a while.
If
All
we
right.
make a circuit, can we tell if like the entrances, some of them have like more traffic, like that are more well traveled?
None of them are well traveled at all. They all look pretty undisturbed. It's a good thought though.
Well, I would say, if you can understand me, the way the rest of this place works is where we think we're going is where we're going. So if we go in there, whoever will probably find us.
Sort of, but I mean, if you remember that, like, bazaar that rolled up on us, or the spot with us with the keep with the machines and the goblins and the hag lady, those individual discrete locations did sort of seem to have their own kind of concrete geography within the confines of their sort of landmark status, if that makes sense. So
Hmm.
I don't know that we could fully rely on that in a more localized kind of a setting, you know? I think that's more like crossing from one landmark to another.
Well, I have detect magic if you think it will help, or I have invisibility if you think that would help. Or we could send in one of Raven's little darlings to look around.
I mean, Jax, being as mighty as I am, can happily sneak in there and pursue knowledge.
Yeah,
Oh, I like
I am not
that.
as
Why
I am
don't
not as
you just
smart
trundle
as
on in?
Mr. Dwarf.
I have a +0. I gotta start role playing that more.
I have a -1 intelligence.
So I do feel like, I'm gonna be honest. I think every way into this thing is gonna be, forgive the pun, hell. Well, we may as well just sort of pick one at random. I do think sending a scout a little bit ahead, but also we shouldn't, split up more than 30 or 60 feet or so.
Yeah,
I think that makes
will
sense.
conjure Cleo Clarence.
Yeah, I would say whichever entrance is closest. It's probably 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Well, there's only 5, not 6.
Well,
Sorry. Had to be done.
Is there a, there's not a
Well, I
word
can
for
be
10 of something, is there?
I can be
uh,
ready with invisibility, and it lasts for up to an hour. So send your little friend in, and if all comes to worse, I'll go invisible.
I'm not little, but I can hide.
I need Cleo's token, please.
Yes, hold on. Working on that. Wait, hold on. Companion. Cleo. And then I also going to go ahead and add Lulu.
Oh yeah, Lulu's not there.
Lulu. There's Lulu. Skip to Malulu. Alrighty. Sounds good. Okay. What are we sending in first?
Cleo.
All right, we're sending in Cleo Clarence in first.
Nope.
It's okay. I was meaning to try to find the brush tool and wasn't succeeding at that. Okay, looks like there is a left and a right here at the beginning. Which way is Cleo going?
This way.
Okay.
And they can go, because it's an imp, a mile ahead of me.
Yeah, no, they have
wow.
pretty robust. All right, you have another left-right choice.
Right this time.
Okay. Yeah, and as you do that, you run into a dead end, but there's something like weird going on here. You hear some like laughing sounds. Um, and all of a sudden, you see a figure of a lady pops up. Well, we do not get many imps in this place. Who may you be?
That's you, Robbie. You voiced Cleo.
Yes, but you
Can I
you may,
speak through Cleo?
yeah. Well, I mean, you can
Okay.
tell Cleo what to say.
I just sort of play dumb and go, I'm an imp. I'm in hell. What? Taking a walk. Who are you?
Oh, people don't generally take a walk through here. But it has been so long. I need you to give us something. As you see, two more of them start to emerge. Cleo is kind of surrounded by this point. Two of them guarding this entrance out, and one of them standing in front of Cleo. We need something that reminds me of the wonders of life, whatever that may be. Please remind us of the dryads back at home.
Dryads? Is that anything like a druid? I ain't got no dryads. Got a druid.
No, not really. You would probably know what a dryad is. Dryads are tree spirits. So I can't imagine that coming from the Fae that Norman wouldn't. Oh wait, that's different character. Different character. Wrong McReese character. Wrong McReese character.
Yep.
You were using the Norman accent and it totally threw me. Raven would still probably, as a druid, be familiar with dryads as they are nature spirits. Although these are not like any nature spirits you are familiar with. But
Okay.
you know that they could take any number of forms.
As Cleo is kind of bullshitting their way through this, I will relay what I'm seeing to the others. Cleo, no, because she's a familiar, so she's not actually physical. I can pop her out, but that might make them suspicious. Right now, they actually think Cleo's an actual imp. And they want something that reminds them of life.
Something that reminds them of life. Well, like a plant or something? I don't.
Oh, I can cast spells to Cleo, can't I?
Touch spells only.
Ow.
You have like druidcraft or something?
Yeah, but I think Raven would have to go in there to cast the spell.
No, I think it means that you could that Cleo counts as the source of the touch, right?
No, it's only touch spells. So spells like cure wounds, inflict
Right.
wounds.
Well, but
Spells with
grass.
spells with a range of touch.
okay. And
Spells whose range is touch.
What's the range of druidcraft? Probably like 30 or 60 feet or something.
I'm assuming it'll be 30 because thaumaturgy is 30.
Hmm.
It'll be similar to that.
Should be.
I mean, you could just try hitting them with a cure wounds.
Got
You'd lose the spell shot.
prestidigitation. I could run in there. Can't I run in there and make something look like
Well,
a tree?
I have, aside from Druidcraft, I have that new elementalism. So I just thought I could cast that through Cleo, but I can't if it's a touch spell.
No, you can only cast touch.
Because I can cause dirt, sand, smoke, mist, water, and kind of form it into a sculpt. Sculpt element is what I can do with that one. Beckon water, beckon fire, beckon earth. But I'd have to actually physically go in there and do it.
Might have to do it anyway.
Yeah, that is a range of the elementum has a range of 30 feet.
Probably not going to come out of the forest after, right?
Okay.
Like, we just don't go down that particular side path.
Right.
Which we know is a dead end anyway.
true.
Okay.
Keep Cleo there, kind of bullshitting their way through it, and then we go through that first passage that they found.
Well, what I'm saying is if we pull Cleo out and then they get mad, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not going to come out of the forest itself after us, right?
Oh, so you're saying that we do that, but then run around to one of the other entrances?
Yeah, why not? I don't know. They might.
We could do that, or we could sneak around somewhere else, and then, I mean, if they go to take a swipe at her, she's just going to go poof, and I can bring her back.
Jax has a small idea to support, and you see they pull this like really hard concentration face. Let's have a look. I'm gonna do this. Perfect. So Bonnie, Temperance, and Phoenix, you suddenly hear in your heads, can you hear me? Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I hear something.
And you realize that Jax is still doing the concentration face and there's no movement like on their face at all. You've just heard Jax's voice inside your mind.
I mean, that's potentially useful.
And
How-
Jax says out loud, so if one of us gets lost, we can communicate, but we can only do so for 8 hours or so.
Oh.
I can make.
How far away, like, can we go and still have it work? Because I can send, like, single messages, but it's only, like, 120 feet. It's not very far.
Should from my basic testing, I should work for roughly a mile.
Oh, that's fantastic.
As far as the stuff that reminds them of life, I can make honey in this jar. I only ever use it for beer, but it can make honey.
Wait, you can make beer?
Yeah, it tastes like shit because we're in hell, but yeah.
Everything does, though.
Best beer tastes like shit.
Well,
I
and
miss
I
you.
can do this, and Bonnie holds out her hand, and a little tree appears in her hand. I can go show them a tree.
You can druidcraft.
I guess I can make a tree in my hand if they. I can't make a dryad. I don't think I can. No, only a tree.
Okay, so do we want to face these creatures or bypass them?
Well, if we give them something that they appreciate, they might be able to give us some information about who we're looking for.
We can't give it to them. It's not real. It's just an
Well-
illusion.
But I have the honey. Maybe that'll work.
The honey
Although the
would
other
be more
question is, are they
real.
going to want one thing from each of us?
Oh, that's a good
That might
point.
get a little
If I
squirrely.
get close enough to the area, what is the range? It's a
30 foot.
30 foot. Do I have to actually see inside this area, or can I use what I'm seeing through Cleo?
Wait, are you? So if you wanted to do that, you lose your sense of sight when you're looking through Cleo. And sound, for that
We're
matter.
bonded. It doesn't work like it did before.
Wait, no, that is how it should have worked before.
Because it says familiar. The imp can enter into familiar. Telepathic bond with its willing master while you are bonded.
Yes, okay. No, that's a special imp thing. Yes, never mind. You're right. You could use that
Yep.
with your imp. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she will use the elemental spell and
So, well,
What life?
are you
So she'll-
sneaky? Or hold on, where's Raven going though?
she's staying out of sight, kind of back behind within 30 feet of Cleo, and she'll do embers.
So, like, are you just doing it like here at the entrance? Because 30 feet from you will get you directly at the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where they can see. And then
Okay.
she'll do living embers.
Okay. Roll me a spell casting check. So it'd be the same as like, or not guiding bolt. You don't have that anymore. You know what I mean? Thorn whip or something.
Quick
I have
question.
firebolt.
Firebolt's fine. Yes.
Bonus Mom, do you have control of Lulu, and do you want to move her?
I
closer
don't.
to
I
us?
was
Ever-
waiting for a chance to tell Robbie I don't.
Oh gosh, I can't offer. Okay, hold on.
Well, if you just Lulu would be, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
That'll
let's
do.
see if I can.
Actually, I should probably. Front.
Pushy, aren't we?
Hey, if you want to be in the front, go for
Okay,
it.
see if you can move Lulu now.
No.
Okay, well, I'll have to move Lulu then. It doesn't distinguish between monsters that are on your side and mine on being able to move them. Oh well. New virtual tabletop, new problems. What was that? What was that roll, McReese?
22.
A 22, yeah. So it actually ends up being a little more than just some sparks. You see some embers that split up into some flames, and they go, "Huh! Ah, yes, the light of the fire, the camaraderie of spending time around them. It was beautiful. Thank you." And then they kind of walk towards Cleo at once, and all disappear.
Leaving Cleo behind.
Correct.
Okay. They seem to like that. They're gone now. And so is my map. Hold on a minute. Okay, there we go. Keep moving on, I guess. Just Cleo muttering, "This is weird. This is really weird."
Yep, by looking down that way, you see another dead end.
Just to mention, by the way, Jax would have clarified so you're aware, just so there's no confusion, that you can communicate with Jax and Jax can communicate with you. You, however, cannot communicate with each other.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
So it's just a Jax.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Those are dead ends and weird ghosty people. Go this way.
I hate to inform you, yet another dead end.
Well, that's disappointing.
We picked the wrong entrance.
So do we go clockwise or counterclockwise?
Yes.
Surely there's got to be something else.
And she would have laid whatever the ghosts had said about camaraderie and stuff like that, in case it comes back later.
Jax is kind of gonna just dip off to where like they saw Cleo come from when the ghost thing was happening, and come down into here just to see if there's anything happens at all.
Yeah,
Even face palms.
Yeah, you don't get anything. It's empty at the moment.
It's very empty.
Hmm.
Well, let's go around. No use standing here.
Too true.
Cleo gives Jax side eye.
Okay, so our options are next places are this one or that one.
Mm-hmm.
So like the top
Well, we
left
don't
corner or
know,
the
so-
bottom middle. Well, we
Well,
walked.
you
I think we
could've-
said
I
we
think
walked
we
around
like
the
walked
side.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, you easily could have taken a lap around the whole thing and saw the 5 entrances.
All right. I vote clockwise.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Yeah, feel free to just pop yourselves over there. I can already tell you there are no encounters at all on the outside of this, so feel free to do what you will with that.
And it's just like a wall of jumbled together bones, basically.
It more looks like a super dense, thick forest, but yes, that too. That too.
Super
It's still
dick.
accurate.
Dick fence.
You know, as you do.
I do it every time.
Oh my god. Okay.
So we sending Cleo in again.
Yep.
I love Cleo. Cleo is our friend.
Would you like to actually check another path while Cleo checks the others?
Well, I wouldn't.
Dead end.
Think, but I'm going to stay close to the entrance and close to everybody else.
Same.
I'm gonna. Do you know what? I'm gonna dip in. I'm gonna come down this one.
Just get close.
And in like the three of your heads, you hear. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
It's lots of bones. It's very empty.
Interesting.
Is it like a mix of bones, different species?
Different species.
Types?
Yep.
I'm gonna sneak down here.
Make that stealth check. Cleo, are you
That's
moving as well?
A 16.
Yep.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Okay.
Still empty. Only bones.
All right. Another dead end. However.
Oh, crap.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh, my computer was chugging for a second.
Chugga.
I assume a 15 hits your AC, Cleo's AC.
Let me check. Yes.
Okay. Cleo is going to take. Oh my god. What is bottlenecking my PC?
The deep state problem.
Yeah, that's the only honestly, that's the only reasonable solution. Is going to take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
He poofs.
Okay. You did not see what hit him.
18.
Cleo just poofed. So whatever she just stumbled on was strong enough to give her a good whack.
Oh dear.
Oh.
But it was a
so-
dead end down there, right?
Still
It's a dead
nothing
end
but
with-
bones.
I assume we don't want to go down there.
Mm-mm. Unlike Cleo, who just pops up to whatever spiritual realm she hangs out in when I'm not using her, we're squishy.
Jax, do you see anything?
Nothing but bones. Lots and lots of bones. This is the craziest battlefield I have ever seen.
Are you in a dead end, Jax?
I'm not sure. Am I at a dead end?
You are not at a dead end. I'm trying to.
No.
My
Are you-
PC is just
you're chugging
really.
along.
My PC's really chugging right now, so
Well, Jax, be very careful because Cleo just got bonked and disappeared, and we don't know what hit it.
And Temperance will relay whatever Jack says to, because Raven didn't get the spell, right?
Yeah, it was just 3.
Yeah, okay.
I can only do 3.
So I'm telling Jax because he wouldn't have known about Cleo, right?
True. Yeah. I was just saying that Temperance will relay to Raven whatever Jax says.
Don't worry about Jax. Jax is mighty. And keeps like just sneaking along. And like I'm kind of trying to keep towards the edge as best I can.
Mm-hmm.
When Jax says that, Temperance is just going to check in her pack and make sure she knows where her healer's kits are.
I think that Bonnie's going to move a little bit in the direction that Jax went.
This path is fairly long.
That's probably a good thing, right?
Bonnie, I'll just assume Lulu is with you unless something happens.
Okay. Yeah, that would
Sound
be
good.
Well, Bonnie is tentatively. Oh, I've lost who I am. Was tentatively following along, but not closely.
Was this a way up here, or was this just a...
That's just an indentation. However,
okay.
A little farther along is a way up.
Jax has the choice between you all 3 here, like between left and right.
You would, though, see some more daylight in the left path.
It seems to be brighter on the left.
Oh,
that probably means one of the other entrances, I would guess. So maybe
I will check. And I'm gonna like plod along here and assumably see this entrance.
Correct.
Yes, you are correct. Another entrance. I will backtrack. I'm gonna like start going. Was this up.
Sorry, just to be clear, these were 2 different ways to go inward, though?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, is that Phoenix that's there? I'm going to catch up with whoever's in front. But you know what? Bonnie is also going to keep her eyes behind us just because of what happened to Cleo. Like if something should start to come up behind us, Bonnie's going to now take to watching the back. Did I get all that out? You all heard?
Yep,
yes.
We heard that. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Jax is continuing through the right-hand path.
Oh, now, and just because I didn't say it before, I did cast Mage Armor when we finished our long rest.
Excellent. Okay. Now, Jax, down as you're looking through a dense series of brambles, but way at the end of the pathway, you see what seems to be a wooden staff down there. It's through some really thick brambles, but it looks to be a fairly interesting staff. Has some thorns that are sticking out of the staff itself. It's very very impressive looking.
Jax has found a mighty weapon.
Oh.
But Jax not going to touch the mighty weapon. Jax has bad experience with mighty weapons.
It's probably a good idea.
Okay, I think Bonnie moves over here now to kind of keep an eye on the entrance and that other way. Bonnie's just hovering. That way she can kind of see both directions.
From where I am, where am I seeing the staff from where I am?
Okay.
Just out of interest.
It's down here.
So down that kind of direction. Okay.
Yeah.
I can try to get closer.
Well, check for traps first. See if you can see any evidence of ambush.
Sensible. I will do. Can I make some perception checks?
Perceptigation.
Yeah. Something I'm incredibly good at, by the way.
And while you're doing that, Phoenix just sort of reminds everyone we're looking for someone named Red Ruth.
That's a 3.
You don't even think really about traps. You see a shiny thing in front of you.
Yeah, there is no traps. Just the mighty weapon.
So as you start to move forward, it actually starts to become difficult terrain as the thorns are becoming more and more thick.
There is a lot of thorns. It is very sharp.
Now, as a reminder, these are bone thorns, but still.
Mm.
Oh, as somebody with heel spurs, that just.
Yeah.
You're welcome to keep moving.
Maybe if they're going further in, we should probably be a little closer just in case.
All right. Bonnie is moving up, but still kind of hovering towards the back.
Yeah, so you're seeing Jax. You could barely see them from where you are, Phoenix, because they are pushing through the incredibly dense brambles, these bone brambles. As you see them getting close to this staff that's there at the end.
Oh, I don't really like this.
Can I see over Phoenix's shoulder any evidence of traps or anything other than this bramble?
Perceptigation check, although I'm going to change the DC since you're trying to look at from a distance and past Phoenix.
I mean, I am quite a bit taller than Phoenix. But...
That is true. That is true.
Oh, it's not that great. It's an 11.
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Nothing obvious, that's for sure.
All right.
Should Jax try to procure the staff? I will say this is somewhat a sore subject for Jax.
I don't know. I have a bad feeling about it.
You realize as well, this is probably the first time you've heard like Jax have any kind of like fear to
apprehension,
anything. And it like it's literally just all you're seeing is a weapon in the ground, and he is very apprehensive about it.
Well, we're gonna get the story about that maybe later, but if it's that concerning, maybe we let it alone.
Is it time for me to pull out that detect magic?
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Ah, yes, the small chipper woman can grab the stuff.
Well, what do I have to do that? Let's see, do I have to touch it for detect
nope,
magic?
you just nope, all you have to do is cast a spell. That's the only thing you gotta do.
And, it's
Okay.
And you
see
would
it within 30 feet.
Yeah, and as you cast that, you're almost blinded by the amount of magic around you. As everything around you is conjuration magic. All of the brambles, including the staff itself, all together are conjuration magic.
Oh my goodness, this is conjuration. None of this is real. It's not real. It's conjured. Oh my goodness, I'm practically blinded. If it's conjured, does that mean I can just reach out for it, but I won't?
No, that's illusion.
Yeah, no, illusionary means that it's fully incorporeal usually. Conjure just means it's like
created
summoned or created.
It's being created by magic, yeah.
Well, I don't know what to do now, Phoenix.
So everything is magical, and you can't determine if the staff is more or less magical than anything else around it, or
it looks to be connected to part of the brambles.
It's just all connected. It's just an ungodly, bright magic mess.
Yeah.
Couldn't the
And it's
staff
like
be creating the brambles?
could be. Is it like the brambles are getting harder to get through the closer you get to the staff?
It's pretty consistent the whole way, but it's thick the whole. The only reason it's not getting thicker is because it's about as dense as it's likely to be and still be traversable.
I mean, we kind of got like a 50-50 shot. Either the thing is cursed and it's going to mess with anybody who grabs it, or it ain't, and it is. And then on that second path, it's either useful or it ain't. And there really ain't no way we're going to know until we decide one way or the other to grab it or not grab it. I mean, if y'all want me to muscle in there, I can go for it, I guess.
Just if you grab it, be aware of consequences.
Do we have?
He sort of like hefts the shield and goes,
I
"Believe
don't.
me, I'm aware."
I think Neil did, but I don't.
I have monkey paw, but I don't think that's the same thing.
Do I have mage?
I mean, I've got some rope. We could try to lasso the
Lasso
thing.
it.
Bonnie may have mage hand.
I'm looking.
I don't remember if you do or not.
I don't. I don't.
I like the rope idea.
Same. I've got
What was
nothing.
the rope idea? What was the rope idea?
Lasso, give it a good old lasso.
Yeah, I've got
Say
25 feet
yeehaw.
of rope in my inventory.
You're welcome to do that. It would
Alright.
just be a general dexterity check with no proficiency bonus added.
Sweet. Well, my dex isn't great.
I will.
If somebody wants
I will
to
do.
take that.
Yeah, I will do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and lasso it.
Go for it. Make that general dexterity check with no, no proficiency.
With no proficiency. What does that mean? Just dex.
Yep. Just means not in a weapon attack, just a dex check.
That was an 8, but I'm going to spend my chat inspiration to reroll.
It's not likely to be much worse than that.
That's a 15.
You take the lasso, and you've never really done this before, but you found the deftness of your hands to be surprising as you take it and you toss it like a ring toss, and it lands just barely, but does land over the top of the brambles.
Over the staff.
Or over top of the staff, in the brambles, over top of the staff, correct.
I'm going to start, like, hand over hand trying to, like, get it taut first, and then...
Yeah, and you do. It does give you a little bit of resistance.
Okay, and then I'm gonna, whatever length of rope I've got, I'm gonna like throw behind me to somebody else as well, and I'm gonna start trying to like
and
pull it out.
It's not all that difficult to pull out, but as you feel it start to snap, you see all of the brambles around close in on it immediately and start pulling the rope. It's pulling you with the rope and then a second later, the rope is shredded. Absolutely shredded to bits. And you're holding on to the end of the rope, and the staff is still there.
Not much rope left.
Oh dear.
Well,
that
take
didn't
that
go
off
well.
my inventory sheet.
Can we tell what kind of staff? As far as
I think it's a
wizard staff, druid
think it's a
staff.
Spiky.
I think it's
staff.
a kill you with thorn staff.
It
That's
seems
what I
very
think.
much like a bait for a trap.
It's like
Is this? Am I seeing a way down here?
No.
No. Okay, so this is just all
Correct. Dead ends.
all like one dead end. Yeah.
That's it.
yeah. With that result, gang, I vote we leave it. I don't think it's worth it.
I think you're
What
probably
about if
right.
you tried to remove curse?
Well, you'd have to touch it, right?
I believe so.
So,
Yeah, I think remove curse is a touch.
although
I
it
don't
did,
have that.
I
but-
will say that the thorns didn't try to eat until you tried to remove it. So maybe you could just touch it without a problem. But that also is a lot of assumptions to make for what we just witnessed.
I mean, Jack's
The
not going to touch
rope
that.
was
Oh, sorry. And by the way, Jax,
tangible,
did
but
you use your inspiration?
Yes, I used my chat inspiration.
Sorry, I missed that earlier. And does everybody else still have inspiration? Am I crazy?
I do, yes.
I do.
Sorry, carry on.
if Raven gets close, she's going to, having the rope kind of get shredded, she's going to ask if maybe and that her tattoos start moving because she's got that Eldritch tattoo that does the tentacles. Could she try to use that to pull?
To grab it?
Yeah.
Read me the text of what the tattoo can do.
While the tattoo is on your skin, your unarmed. Oh, okay. This is just melee and stuff. Eldritch Maul. As a bonus action, you can empower that tattoo for 1 minute. For the duration, each of your melee attack, weapon, unarmed. Yeah, that's just attacks. Damn.
I mean, if you wanted to try to cut through it with that, you could do that, but that's about it.
The only other thing I have that might help, I have Dispel Magic, which it says choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any ongoing spell of level 3 or lower on the target ends for level 4 or higher and make an ability check with spell casting ability. And on a successful check, the spell ends. I don't know if I could target like the brambles and try to dispel that.
You'd be welcome to try. You did see that was all connected by one sort of conjuration magic, according to Bonnie. So at least with your understanding of the spell, maybe?
Maybe. I think I'm willing to give it a shot. If people think that it's worth it, I think I might be able, I could see maybe if I could dispel the magic that's affecting it. And I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a shot.
Okay, go ahead and make me that spell casting check. It'd be the same as like a guiding bolt.
Same as a guiding bolt. Oh, that's bad. That's an 11. But I think I'm going to use my chat inspiration to reroll that.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be better. 18?
And with an 18, you see the entire hallway clears of all brambles and the staff.
And the staff. So the staff's
Good.
just gone. Well.
Your assumption is it was just part of the magical effect, there for no other reason than to
It was like a
make
Venus flystaff.
Unwilling victims.
Well, at least none of us
He was
got
right. It was
hurt.
fate.
Yeah.
Phoenix talks like a man who's learned the hard way.
Phoenix has learned everything in his life the hard way. Any knowledge Phoenix has, the hard way was employed.
Would you like
For
me to scout ahead?
As
Well, I
well.
think you were doing a fine job.
I guess probably make a new stealth check, given after dealing
Yes,
with all
please
of that.
do.
Yeah. That is a 22.
All right.
Nice.
That ain't too bad.
I just wish
Okay.
I had passed without trace as well. That'd be so good.
I do have paths without a trace. I just never remember to use it.
Ah,
Well, and it also only works within a certain radius of you, right?
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to work through this here. We might
No,
have to
I
take
know.
we might have to take our break here soon, and I'm gonna have to give my PC a cheeky restart. But we can at least get through this bit.
Jax is seeing a lot of bones, long pathway. I'm just gonna kind of stick to the sides as much as I can. I'm moving along.
And I'm trying to just shadow, like, I don't know, 30 or 40 feet back. within a good sprinting distance, as we dwarfs are natural born sprinters. And dangerous for short distances.
Short distances, yes. Mhm. Somehow, I believe I knew that fact. I don't know how I knew that, but
You know,
I
common
heard that
knowledge,
somewhere.
truly.
That's true.
I have reached,
Now,
how do you say, a fork?
I will go ahead and say you see significant amounts of light from the left-hand pathway.
I can see some light on the left, assumably another exit.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well clear it, right? Make sure nothing's waiting to
Gonna
come get
plod
us.
along and
Yep.
just,
Easy to see.
yeah, and then kind of I'll kind of plod along to check that it's the exit, and then kind of head back to catch back up with everybody. Yeah, just exit, no other pathway. I will continue. It is still more bones.
Imagine
Are you
that.
surprised?
Okay.
Actually,
really?
yeah.
Now, when
Is
you get
this
down here,
A dead end here? I'm assuming.
yep, dead end right there. And when you get there, all right, at the end, you just see a corpse at the end of this. It looks to be an elven creature, but you would recognize it as a drow. You haven't seen many drow, but you have seen a few, and this is one of them. Her flesh has been impaled by dozens and dozens of hungry vines that have started to grow through her body, and what is left of her face is twisted in a horrible expression. However, her clothes are halfway decently intact, and the bag she's carrying is of the highest quality.
Oh, that is temptation right there. That is, do you hear, like, all you hear in your mind is Jax going, possibly, maybe. Yeah. And I'm gonna try and, like, sleight of hand, like grab the bag without, like, touching anything, if that makes sense.
Yeah, make that sleight of hand check.
Oh boy.
21.
Yeah, and as you do, you zip and pull the bag perfectly from her clutches.
Just to let you know, there is a corpse of drow on the ground. She is real nasty looking. She had nothing. As I just start rifling through the bag just to see what's in there.
Okay, you stick your hand in the bag?
Yes.
Okay.
Bag
I
of
don't like that
devouring.
sentence. I don't like that sentence.
Roll me a
No.
d20.
You laugh, your friend laughs, the bag laughs.
Oh no.
That's
Oh no.
Wonderful.
Oh, God.
Okay, as you feel the bag doesn't do anything, but you do feel yourself starting to get pulled into the bag. I need you to make me an athletics check.
Oh, God.
Can I make acrobatics instead? Is that an option?
Oh no. Jax, what's happening?
Yeah, you just hear like expletives, like complete expletives in your mind. That was a 15.
A 15? Okay, you are able to wrench your hand out of the bag, but you will also take... Oh man, my computer is not liking the dice roller right now. 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Bludgeoning and piercing damage. And as you pull your hand out, it looks like it has been gnawed.
It is a bag of devouring, gang.
I literally, like, I don't know if Phoenix can see me in the distance, but
Yeah, I
if
do
you
think
see
I
me
was
in the
kind of trying to keep an eye on you,
just
although I
see
don't
me-
know how.
Yeah, no, you definitely saw all of
just
that.
see me
It's
throw
100% of it.
something. You just see me throw something on the floor and just start stomping on it. And while all of these expletives are just going off in your mind, like, just...
Pixel, do you want to tell them what happens when you get devoured by a bag of devouring?
I actually don't know other than you get devoured. When you get sent to the astral
die.
plane, you die.
You permanently die. Had you not
Oh,
hit that
Yeah.
15 roll, you would have been dead. Permanently.
Wow.
So I was gonna say, as soon as he started narrating, I was like, "Have you made your backup character yet?"
this is his backup character.
This is the backup character.
Listen,
Oh,
when you deploy a backup character, they're not your backup character anymore. You then need to make a new backup character.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
man.
I think that trauma is an excellent place to go ahead and have our 15-minute break. I need to do
Okay.
a quick restart of my
Absolutely,
computer,
gang.
so it
It
might be
is.
a few minutes for me.
We'll call it 8:20. We'll try to be back at 8:35, pending technical difficulties. If it's going longer than that, we'll try to let you know in chat. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace. Hello, and we are back. Thank you all for waiting. We are a little bit early, but I assume everyone was here waiting anxiously with bated breath, desperate for more Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Take it away.
Okay. All right. After Jax almost losing their life by a single point on the dice, surviving
Lord.
permanent death.
It's not fun. That is not fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Anyway.
get bonus mom to do a site if we're gonna need another character.
Anyway, you did manage to survive that, so everything's fine. Obviously, it's fine. It's all fine. Everything is.
Like jumping, stamping on this bag, like
Mhm.
absolutely
I
laying it into it.
I think Bonnie Mama walks forward, says, "Give me that," takes it away from him, and also at the time is going to cast Cure Wounds on his poor, pitiful, half-eaten arm. I
Nice.
think I have Cure Wounds. Yeah, there we go. She's going to go ahead.
Hang on a second there, Jax. And Phoenix is gonna pretend like he didn't watch Jax take the bag off and say, like, "You just told us that this corpse didn't have anything on it, so did you have a bag that eats your own arm and then you stuck your arm into it?"
No, the stupid drow got eaten by the bag, and then clearly look, they did. Yes,
Okay, so
the
I've
drow
got
got
2
eaten
D8s,
by the
is that
bag,
right?
but the drow is still here. If the drow got eaten by the bag, wouldn't the drow be in the bag?
I don't know. The bag is evil. It is cursed.
Huh.
There's
Curious.
great demon inside that chews your limbs.
No. Oh, wait, I did that wrong. Is it 8 D8s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing,
Holy
bonus mom,
crap.
warlocks.
God, no.
Remember that
Whoa.
warlocks always cast their spells at the highest level
At
they
the
have
highest.
access to. Because
Okay,
you only
so
have
that's
2 spell slots, but they're
Yeah, I
always
just
your
did
max
the
level
second
up to
one.
level 5, and then after that it gets weird with the, or at least it used to. I don't know if it's
Okay,
still
I'm fully
I just-
healed again.
You are, and I
does.
I
The
don't know why I
blinding
bought
flash of
Feeling
glorious light.
generous.
Just
now I don't have to worry about any of those spells because I don't have them anymore.
we should probably go take a short rest outside the forest so you can get some back before we get into some serious trouble when you're out of spell slots.
I mean, I can also do where is it? Prayer of Healing, which
Gives you
gives
the
the
effects of a
benefit.
short rest.
Yeah, it's the benefits of a short
Mm.
rest. Takes
Does
10
that-
minutes.
Does that
but
include Bonnie's spell slots?
it says,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Gain the benefits of a short rest.
But, I mean, we
and
also
regain 2d10 hit points.
We also
So
just
we could
don't-
also just take.
we
an
don't
hour
have
to
a
do short
time
rest.
reason to need to do that, and it would cost you a spell slot. So
Yeah, it would, and it would also be healing. That's
plus we
wasted
have to
since-
go out of the forest anyway to get to the last entrance, right?
That is a good point.
So we might as well hop
Have we
over.
determined? Well, Bonnie doesn't care. She's cool. So have we determined though that was all? Those are dead ends. So everything up to now is a dead end.
Correct.
Okay.
The drow still has pockets.
You're gonna go sticking your hand in places again when you almost just lost it.
Ah, but the pockets not hold the giant demon that chews your limbs.
Pocket of devouring.
I
Yeah,
don't-
100%
you
would be the right
know?
call.
Well, Bonnie's got the
Uh.
thing hanging over her shoulder now, so
Jeez.
she's stomping out. Are we going to go
We're
in the
just
last
gonna
entry?
I mean,
What's going to
I'd be-
happen here?
The only thing I would say is like I would be interested in looking at the drow's clothing to see if it's like recognizable from a particular region or city or something.
Oh, smart.
Overlooked the fact that Jax told y'all that he didn't find anything and then tried to pocket
Well, I think
something.
Fenix probably gave him enough of a hard time about that already.
Okay.
It's just Temperance is
I
just
mean, I
making a
don't-
mental note that maybe
I
she's
d-
not going to trust him anymore.
I don't know whether that was a hard time. Was it?
Raven's just kind of
Yeah, initially Temperance was like, oh well, they had the right idea about that staff being a trap and being not, trustworthy, and now she's like, well, maybe not. Can I look at would that be an investigation or perception to look at the drow's clothing and
I'll
see-
just go ahead and let you. I'll just go ahead and tell you that the drow has nothing else of note on them.
Well, but is it like, can we tell where they're from? Like, is it like Elturel?
Oh yeah,
clothing,
that
or-
would be more of a history or history check.
Okay, lovely. +0. 12.
It's a hodgepodge of different stuff, so you would imagine they're probably not from any of those places, but probably have just collected stuff. They're either from here or had been here long enough to need to change clothes.
Has Bonnie still got detect magic up?
Yeah, it's
What
probably
is
been
it?
less than 10 minutes.
Just out of interest, whether the drow corpse is glowing in the same way.
No, but that bag sure as hell
is.
is. I believe that would be transmutation, maybe conjuration. I'm not sure. One of the two. So.
Well, while Bonnie is waiting for Temperance to check things out, she's gonna perform an esoteric rite for a minute down the pathways a bit, and she's gonna get one spell slot back.
Yep. Sure
Cool.
will. Okay. All right, guys, feel free to keep moving yourselves. There are no encounters on the way out, just the way you've been. So you're welcome to do that.
So with that, do we still want to take a short rest on the outside?
Jax does not need to rest.
If Bonnie's got a spell slot, you're probably fine.
It's fine
Yeah,
with me.
I'm good.
Okay.
There is another pathway further around, and also where the small red creature got
Off.
killed.
Oh, I thought that was a dead end, though.
It was
Well,
a
it-
dead end.
Was a dead end.
I didn't know that, so
Oh, I thought we said that, but that's okay.
uh,
Where am I? I zoomed out too far. There we go.
I guess we'll continue on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Were we going to take a short rest for Bonnie to get spell slots back, or are we just?
She
gonna
got one
carry
back already.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I know, but I'm just asking that question since we're out of the forest and have time to do it. Do y'all want to do that or no? And we don't, we can carry on. It doesn't matter to me.
I'm at full health for me. Like personally,
I-
I'm full health and
Let's do it.
nothing otherwise.
Hey, look, a fork in the road.
Imagine that.
Bonnie's back to hovering in the back.
Too many
Just
more
trying
of
to
these,
keep
and
an
you're
eye
gonna
out.
feel like you're in Undermountain again.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm gonna say this is feeling a little deja vu-ish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head down here this time.
Hey, look, a fork in the road.
Uh, I go this way.
Hey, look.
I'm gonna.
Ah!
Can I
A
make
dead end.
another stealth check?
Yep,
as
go
well?
for it.
Oh, okay, so this is just dead end, dead end.
Yep.
Another dead end, and I'm gonna travel back. I'll make that stealth check again. That is a 26.
26. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, very good.
Lots and lots of bones. Lots and lots of path. Many, many bones.
And all the way around till my 10 minutes past it, all those bones would have been glowing with magic, right? And conjuring.
Nope, just in that one room.
Okay, thank you. I would
We're
have
gonna
told the
save
group
you
that
some
too.
time. Hey, look, it's more dead ends.
I would have shared that with the group that none of the rest of this seems to be magic.
I mean, there may be some like light latent magic, but nothing.
Jax only finds dead ends.
God damn it.
Jax is trapped.
Wouldn't be the first time today.
Very true. So heading all the way back here. Continuing.
Why is it always the last one?
You literally did go down every single path except for the single one you needed to go down.
That's very funny.
Just just good video game completionism, honestly.
What
I mean,
believe
it makes my heart happy, I will say, but
be careful, it is very tight around here. Boy, squeezy.
Got a left and a right.
Oh goodness. Go the left.
Holy
You
moly.
you knew that. You did that just because you could.
Yeah, just sheerly because I could.
I just wanted you to know that I knew.
Yeah. Thank you, Robbie. Continue to the south. I'm gonna go to the south.
Dead end.
A lot of
Oh,
lefts, Jax. Have we hit Albert yet?
There is very many dead ends.
oh my goodness.
Jeez.
Not a labyrinthine path.
I'm just having some technical issues on my side. Just a moment.
Hang in there.
There we go. Continue. I'm assuming this is dead end here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let us have a look at this path. It's very windy. Oh no! Wait, quick! This path. No.
Just so I can be clear as we went by, is this a path?
Nope.
Okay.
Although you are, Jax, at this point starting to hear some voices like, yes. Uh-huh. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting.
Jax, this is again in your mind. Jax is hearing voices. They're talking about things being very interesting.
No, I'll pass that along to Raven.
It's gonna have been druid crafting like little poppies along the way so we don't get lost.
And you have affirmed that everything up to this point is a dead end and there's no place else we can go.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
Holy moly.
He's sneaking.
The voice is getting louder. And eventually
Jax.
you come to a little hovel here at the very center of the map.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm still sneaking. And I kind of put my hand up behind me to like halt everybody.
A cave-like hovel lies at the center of the maze. Hundreds of bones and body parts hang by twine from the entrance, and the ceiling is strung with garland made of bodily entrails. The air buzzes with flies. You see a lady. She stands about 6.5 foot tall. Has reddish tint skinned, and turns to you and says, "Well, hello."
Hello. How
Yeah.
did you see me? I'm practically invisible.
Well, I didn't. And he goes, "Oh, you too. I meant the people behind you.
Okay.
Oh,
But it is good to see you too."
It is a lovely place that you
Do you
have
like
here.
my dress? And as you look at her dress, you see it is like hundreds of skulls that are about that big around that are all sewn together that clink and clack as she kind of swishes the dress.
It is very beautiful. The heads of your enemies, no?
Well, they're children, but yes.
Oh, dear. Uh, Jax just turns to Phoenix. Please help.
Would I be correct in believing that you might be Red Ruth?
The same.
Well, they call me Finn.
Good to meet you, Finn.
We were sent here by Rosala.
Ah, yes.
She said you might know how to break her pact.
You know, I have a lead on how that may be able to be done.
Yeah, so we were interested in doing that.
Well, that's something I might be able to help you with, but you would need to help me too.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Sounds about right.
You see, I need to take a bath. And if
Okay.
you could hold down the fort here, metaphorically, while I pop off to my hotties to take a bath at the, have you been in their wonderful spas? They're really pretty.
Mm.
Anyway, it's been about a century since I've had a bath, so I'm probably just about due.
Okay. Well, just so I can clarify, when you say hold down the fort, what exactly does that entail?
You know, stick around here and inside my den or around the bramble, and just make sure nothing happens to it.
Okay, and do you have reason to believe that something is likely to happen to it? And if so, what would such a thing be?
We're in hell.
Right.
How long do you anticipate being gone?
Oh, probably overnight.
Just one night.
Yeah. Overnight.
Are you being tricksy like the nasty bag?
Look at you. Do you call all the women you meet old bag? That's not very nice, little kid.
Jax is not little.
Temperance is
looks
gonna
at you.
shove
Cocks your
Jax
head.
out of the way.
Jax is significantly smaller than Red Root.
Yes, but she's confused.
Can I roll insight on her and
Yeah.
see if she's being honest about that? Ooh, nice. 23.
Okay, she's not being 100% honest, but you don't get the idea that she's gonna betray you. Like, she's honest, being honest about the deal.
Okay.
You would, with that, you would also recognize her from having dealt with Mad Maggie as a hag, similar to her, and that hags are generally not the most trustworthy individuals, but they do generally hold up their bargains.
Who would we be protecting the Brambles from?
I don't know. Anything that might come around?
Any examples?
Well, let's do this. What was the last thing that came around besides us? That was a serious threat that you considered like would be a problem on the equivalent of needing 4 or 5.
Well, there was this
Adventurers to help.
drow woman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I didn't really have to take care of her. The labyrinth took care of her.
Uh-huh.
So all we would have to do is just keep an eye on things while you're gone overnight. And when you come back, you'll tell us how to break Rosala's pact.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh boy.
that's we don't really have another path forward. So
If something were to happen, you're not going to hold us reliable, right? You don't like have an HOA or anything.
I mean, it's just me. But,
Okay.
I mean, if you don't hold up your end and protect the place, I must admit I would be pretty pissed off.
And you expect us to protect the entire labyrinth?
Yeah.
I do have another question, which is, if, like, is there a particular part of this place, like, does somebody have to make it all the way in here to really mess with your stuff? Or is there, like, a particular place that's, like, the core of the deal, or?
Well, this is the core, but
Okay.
if someone did enough damage to the outside, that would be a massive issue.
Right.
You know, this place is just made out of bones, and I don't know. Could be bad if you weren't paying, if something was trying to mess with it.
Got it.
There's
You
5 entrances
have-
to the labyrinth. There is 5 of us.
Well, only one of them leads here, but, you know, which is the most important one by a lot.
Do you
So as
have an
long as-
early warning detection system?
I call them my ears.
Okay.
right then.
Fennec sort of like tries to huddle everyone for a second. If you'd excuse us for just one moment while we confer. And she obviously can hear this, but he's, you know, we could just like drive around the place in our vehicle all night, just like doing loops.
Although that would cost you a soul coin.
Yeah, I mean we have some though, right? Don't
Yeah.
we? At least one somewhere.
Oh yeah, we've got a handful, I
Yeah.
think.
We have 12.
There you go.
That being said, you will need to remove 3 of those just for the daily travel that you've had over the last couple. So remember, it costs about 1 soul coin a day.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say 9.
Or at the very least, if this is the important area to protect, we could just park outside of the tunnel that leads here, since we pretty much confirmed that the rest of them don't lead here or anywhere useful.
Mhm.
Right. But I'm just saying that, you know, if somebody attacks another side of it, well, maybe we'll hear it, but I figure if we're just sort of like doing loops, although that does cost an important resource, you know.
Either way, I feel like we don't really have another option as far as taking this deal.
Yeah, that we'll probably have to take it and then figure
Yeah.
out ways I can mold earth, maybe block off the entrance.
Yeah, don't really have a good
Do we have any
long-lasting
illusory
thing
stuff
like
that
that.
could, like,
But
cover the entrance that leads here.
She goes, "All right, you're agreeing to do this, right? Because I got to head out to Mahadi's if that's the case."
I mean,
Yeah,
think we gotta.
yes, I think we're
Oh,
agreeing
yeah.
to it.
Cool. I do need to find Mahadi's child, and she points at Temperance. Can I borrow you for just a second?
What do you need me for?
Help me find Mahadi's.
Well, all right. I mean, I have been there. I don't know if that'll help, but
Excellent. She grabs your hand, takes a knife, cuts across your palm,
Ow!
has a few drops spill out across the ground. Sorry, I needed some divine blood. And then as you watch it, as it drips onto the map that she had pulled out, and the map your blood starts to swirl around and go to a location. She goes, all right. And then she just kind of starts to unceremoniously leave.
Also, quick aside, Temperance, you have chat inspiration now.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
All right, carry on.
Little double horned head kind of pokes around. Divine?
I don't. Probably. I don't know anymore.
I mean,
Have you ever sprouted wings?
Not that I'm aware of. I can fly, but that's not the same.
You do look pretty divine.
Oh, that's very sweet. I guess.
We didn't find anybody that could remotely be your future husband here.
No, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank goodness.
And I think the only thing that maybe it could have been was whatever scranked our friend Cleo.
That's possible.
What if creepy lady is your future husband?
Then I'm definitely not interested. I'm gonna just use my healer's kit to heal myself, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
like a shallow cut, so I'm just gonna like bandage it basically.
Yeah, no actual HP damage. It wasn't.
Yeah, but I think she also doesn't want to like look at the evidence of divine blood, I guess. So,
Phoenix is just gonna peek around into whatever horrible grotto this seems to be, and just kind of see what he can see. Does she have treasures in here? Is it purely just gore and bones? What's
all you see is gore and bones.
Fabulous.
And is she already? Oh, yeah. Is she already gone now?
Oh yeah. She literally walked through a wall.
So I don't know how long she's going to be gone. Did she give us a number of hours, Doc?
She said overnight,
which overnight.
I'm not 100. Like there's not really days and nights in hell, are there?
Nope.
Yeah. So.
Oh God, we should have clarified. Damn.
I've got a thing. It won't necessarily help all the way through, but I have a guardian of faith.
Okay.
That could be parked near the entrance, maybe. But I might need to be fairly close to it. I'm not sure about that. It lasts 8 hours, but I would have to be within 30 feet of it, but it could be at the entrance or someplace if you thought that would help.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and I don't know that I have anything in particular that can help, but just being ready to blast something as needed.
The only thing about it is that really would involve splitting the party. Remember that whole thing?
Well, I don't know. I think we don't have a good sense of what part of this is like. Obviously, the center is like the most important to protect. I do think maybe stationing ourselves at or near the entrance that actually theoretically leads to where we currently are.
Like
she did say it would be the only way in here, although we just saw her walk through a wall, right?
But I mean, if we're up against something that can walk through walls, we're hosed, and so is she. So,
true.
That's
so
she's
either
the one.
She also said that like her only defense is her ears. So thought process for me is if we're in the center, we can hear directional.
Yeah. The other thing I think is like if things go really badly, we can just leave. We don't get the thing we want, but we could just bail.
Well,
I
we
You
mean-
know,
also
she'll
could
probably
put
be
the-
after us at that point, but you know, it beats being here when she gets back if we fail to protect the place appropriately.
Well, we could also put the Guardian of Faith within 30 feet of the center.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one way in, so we also could put it there.
Yeah, I think put it at the only one way in, and then maybe we all.
So it's either like
But
here is kind of
also-
the entrance to the center, or here
Lock
is
it off.
where the actually like the
yeah.
where
Nobody
we
has
can
any
come
like
in.
illusory magic that would last like that long, would they?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah.
I can do
Other
an
thought.
entanglement spell.
I could
Use that.
stay in the middle and continue to communicate if I hear anything.
That's true.
That's and well, actually, I mean, it does involve us being split. Well, okay, so here's the thing: if you're in the middle, you could act as a hub, but if we get into trouble, you are dozens of rounds away because you have to like, you know, and the amount
Yeah.
of feet that would take is a lot, right? Plus, if we're I don't know.
Well, could I just conjure Cleo back and then set her at the entrance as a warning system?
That's not a bad idea. And
Yeah.
or do we want to move the Dorothy to out here?
We'd have to go back and get it, wouldn't we?
That's
I
true.
mean, it's not far from where you are.
That's- yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
assumed you
also
drove it
think
over
that
here.
like leaving the vehicle outside that entrance kind of gives it away that that's the entrance that's important. I think
That's
the
just so-
Cleo idea makes more sense, and then maybe somewhere
Leave
deeper
it up
in,
here then.
like over here, putting the because if they get to that spot where they can like, or maybe here, if they get to like there where they can see the Guardian if it's visible, I think it is. They already found the thing, right?
The way
So it doesn't really
in.
give it away if we put the Guardian of Faith like there, you know, and then Cleo out keeping watch there, right?
Yeah, and then
Because
if the
that's
Guardian
right
of
where I
Faith
left
is
Cleo.
yeah, the Guardian of Faith being here means that that Bonnie could stay here and it still be
Yeah. And
Within
then
30
if
feet.
they get to there, we have a decent amount of time to prep if they go, you know, all the way through the thing or whatever. If they're coming through the walls, they'll be on top of us in a heartbeat, but you know, at that point, what are we going to do? You know,
Yeah.
it
Well, that's
wouldn't help
true,
us
so
to
then
be
I
somewhere
only have
else
to
if they
be-
can just go through the wall.
So if I'm like on the other side of a wall but 30 feet away, that'll still work with the Guardian.
I mean, I think you would have to go to the thing to drop it, but once you drop it in a space, does it go away if you get further than 30 feet? We should look how the spell is worded.
We need to ask Doc about that. 'Cause
Guardians. I think it sticks around, but
Do you want me to have a look at the wording?
It
I'll
should-
find the one right now.
yeah, I think you do have to stick around within 30 feet of it. No. That's just to cast it. It stays where it is once it's cast.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Once you
Okay.
cast it, that's just the range to cast it, and then it just sticks around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could walk out there, drop the Guardian of Faith, and then come back, and it'll stay wherever you drop it.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly willing to do that. But I wonder something interesting. She said she only has her ears. So,
We just got to listen.
yeah, I just wonder
Unless
if that
we're-
means that sound is somehow.
Is there ears in this room? That's going to sound really stupid, but is there
No,
No,
Like-
that's
That's a
actually
good
smart when we're
question.
taking into account that it's a hag. Because how
Yeah.
many hags have we come across who actually have
is
eyes?
there something in this thing cave that looks like it could be some sort of
There's some
like
Weasley's
ears or
ear things.
Roll a perceptigation check.
oh god.
I'll help with that.
I want to do that too.
Yep, anyone can roll it or help someone else.
I got a 16.
Okay.
It's 19.
Okay. Bonnie?
7.
7. Cool.
10.
Bonnie, you're so disgusted by this that you're not really paying that much attention.
I'm kind of looking at the bag to see what kind of leather I think it's made out of.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Put your
don't.
hand in.
So here's the thing: you don't see anything that immediately sticks out to you, but you don't know if that's because it's not there or because you're literally looking for a specific body part in a room full of viscera.
So the walls and everything are like bones, but it's just her room is full of
Viscera on top of the bones.
other bits. Okay.
Yeah.
How fresh
Bits.
does the viscera look?
Way more fresh than it should be.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't sound like because the drow we found over wherever it was seemed like it had been dead for some amount of time. Or that wasn't it there. It was here. It was dead
Yeah.
for some amount of time, right?
Yeah, it looked like it had
So-
been. It didn't look new.
This stuff is like magically wet.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's gross.
and it's a bad time.
Ugh.
I felt it as I was saying it, but I couldn't stop it. It was just happening. It was kind of a thing that was happening to me, really.
It happens.
Hate to see it.
Like an out-of-body experience. My third eye opened, and I channeled Lovecraft for a second.
Ugh, Well-
magically.
wet. I think having Cleo posted at the entrance
And then
and the spirit guardian, like you said, like here-ish. And then the rest of us just listening.
Okay.
We are essentially at the center of a hag's lair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not essentially. You are
No,
literally.
yeah.
Literally.
Correct.
No. Essentially,
Um,
would assume that you're doing anything other than that.
All right. Well, this is what I want you all to do. I'm willing to go out there and place this guardian of faith, but I want all of you to listen or to kind of be close enough. Some of you to the bones, some of you to the room or whatever, to see if you hear me doing that, to see if we find anything out. You know, like, do you hear me place the guardian? Is there any like sudden sounds come from any unusual direction or anything?
Okay.
And then we got to get Cleo out to the front, right?
She's already there.
Okay. So the bonus mom's going to go out wherever you all said that would be the third, whatever, out here somewhere, and is going to cast Spirit Guardian. No, what not? Guardian of Faith.
Okay. Where are you casting that bonus, Mom?
Well, I don't know at wherever the place that because
yeah,
Okay,
I
so
think
here's
what
the-
I said
What's
was
what is the
like here.
radius of Guardians of Faith?
okay, let me go back to it again. Guardians of Faith. Let me get down here. A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space that you can see within range.
Okay, so
Which is
it's
30
5
feet.
foot.
Yeah.
So it's a 5 foot sphere. So you can
and
put.
The
You should be able
range
to
in
move
the area
this.
is 30 feet.
Oh, it's 30 foot. Okay. Well, here.
Well,
Sorry.
the
That lasts for
so
eight
so what it with the 30 feet means she can put it anywhere she can see within 30 feet. It does say it's a large creature, so it's a 10
it's
by
a
10
10
creature.
foot. Okay.
Or
It's a
the
large
area that it
creature.
attacks is 10 by 10,
Yeah.
right?
All right, bonus mom, you can move that little thing wherever you like. You should be able to click on it and drag and move it.
Okay, so but it has to have this much space to fill it.
Well, I mean, it's at the middle of that. You can put it wherever you want. So if you wanted to put it at the entrance, you could like put it right there, and then no one. Hold on.
Okay,
real
but
quick.
I think they're talking more like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying
that's fine,
put it
yeah.
in here a little bit so that it's not like a big glowing beacon saying like this is the important entrance we're guarding. You know,
Yeah,
that it's
that-
like
that would
if they
work.
get this deep in to see the light, like they already figured it out, so dig
Yeah.
us up,
Okay.
right?
Is
Okay.
there like a ceiling to this space?
Hmm.
There
I mean,
is.
it's not so much a ceiling as it is just very, very dense tree cover.
Okay. But like if I were to like levitate up, how far would I be able to get?
15 foot before
Okay.
it became too dense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to wander back and ask
Did we-
everybody if they heard anything.
Yeah. From inside the room, did we hear?
You didn't hear anything.
Okay, so there's no like magical ears didn't go off and give sound anywhere that we heard.
Not that you're
Okay.
aware of.
All righty, well that tells us something. Her ears are not our ears.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
also, we have been given liberty to be in here.
Yeah.
About an hour goes by, and you guys are kind of patrolling. And that is when you hear it. You hear this massive crash.
Oh God, it's one of the cars, and it's just driving through the walls.
Ruth! Ruth! You have wronged us for the last time. And you hear a crash. Right, give me just a momento.
Oh boy.
Well, we can definitely hear that.
Okay. Mhm.
Okay, did we get a short rest in that hour?
You can have had a short rest if you would like. So if you want your
Do
spell
I?
slots back.
Sure as heck do, but thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Was it working for you?
Okay. So yeah, right now you hear that, and then you hear crash, and then everything shakes a little bit.
Do we know, are we hearing a direction that it's coming from?
Right now, no, but that's because things are bouncing off the labyrinthine walls. So it's like if yelling down a tunnel, everything will sound like it's down the tunnel.
Does Cleo sing from the entrance up here?
Cleo would hear that it is coming from outside, and it's not directly in front of Cleo, or I would have revealed it.
Okay.
I would say that Cleo would be able to tell it is south of him. Crash! Another bang.
Somebody,
should,
somebody
Did I
say she's
sing
not
the
home.
proper entrance?
Oh wait, no, somebody impersonate her. Scare him off. I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
Somebody do something.
You hear, "We will kill you for what you have done."
Assumably, this is just in common that we're hearing it.
Yeah, probably common.
I mean, the best I can do is I have a cloak that can change, but that's not going to help. Oh, I think, what do
I think
have?
we gotta act fast. They're coming in here. She's
do you know
not
what?
home.
I can
have an
do
idea.
disguise
Yeah.
self. Go for it.
She ain't here.
I'm I'm gonna use my thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
And clap my hands to my mouth and use booming voice and shout down through the tunnels, "Leave now while you still can." And
You
try
hear,
and
"Oh, the
intimidate.
entrance is this way."
Oh,
Damn it. All right, we gotta
All
run.
of a sudden,
Run
you hear
for the
some
entrance.
massive plodding footsteps. And then,
God.
Cleo, you would be the first to see this enormous walking tree.
oh
But
God.
it's a tree made out of the same bone material
Oh jeez.
as the rest of this. And he's going to come up, realize he can't really fit, and he's going to smack the entrance and try and start destroying it to help him through. And then has these two other little creatures back here too. Quickly, what are you doing?
Well, if he's going to
Yeah.
bash his way through, I feel like Ruth will be very unhappy about that. So we
Yeah,
might need to
we
run
gotta
through the
run.
tunnels and try to intercept him before he.
I
destroys
assume
too much.
Cleo is still invisible.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I figured that was the case.
All right,
We
Fennec
report
starts
there's a
running.
giant tree coming.
Yeah, Temperance will start running after Phoenix. Phoenix? What?
I don't know, where they're gonna meet us, but we're gonna run towards them, I guess.
Bonnie's gonna follow Phoenix as fast as
Yeah.
her arthritic legs will carry her.
Is polymorph a touch spell?
It is, I believe. Let me check.
Well, I think it's a ranged spell. Or at least,
Oh, you might be right. Either way,
Oh,
I think it's like 30 feet or something.
it's the only time that you are desperately hoping for a shorter range of a spell.
Right.
Yeah, the one and only time.
Polymorph, new version. Yeah, see within range. 60 foot.
Okay.
Good thought, though. I love the idea.
While we're on the way, I don't know if this is going to be, well,
He's
we're
Cleo's about
good.
to get pushed out of the way. I need to know what Cleo is doing.
Cleo is going to kind of stay out of the way while Reese tries to find a touchdown.
okay, so we're running towards them. At what point do we meet? How does that, I don't know how we're...
I mean, I'm moving it at real time, so you move yourself the way you feel like you need to.
Okay. I mean, we have to go back through the labyrinth, so,
I know.
you know, I don't know at what point.
Well, I think
Which way is it? And they kind of go off in different directions.
And I guess we
can't
should
get over the
we should
walls though.
at least mount up near here, yeah?
Well, I feel like if it gets that far
yeah, it's
in,
gonna be,
that's bad. I think we might have to keep
Well.
the big one from getting in.
Okay, now that's going to come through here, which I believe is going to make some damage occur.
yeah. It's like,
Okay, go ahead and roll the
20 to-
damage.
I think it's just
And-
static damage, unless they changed it. right?
Yes, isn't it radiant though?
I think so.
Uh,
Guardian of Faith. It says
20.
Yeah.
So it makes a dex saving throw 20 radiant on a failed save or half on successful.
Okay.
I don't know Bonnie's DC though, so you're muted.
Okay.
I'm sorry, bonus dad's in here too. Okay, so have they gotten to where the guy?
one
They
of them.
are.
One of them
Hold on.
has, yeah. So one of the
Okay.
little guys.
All right, I gotta get to the right garden.
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing first. Is we're rolling initiative.
Yeah.
Does
Where am
the
I?
guardian
Am
go
I-
on my initiative?
It
Phoenix-
doesn't. It goes on its own. It does its own thing.
Okay, so I need to roll initiative for the guardian also.
No,
No.
I think it's just if they start their turn in its space or whatever, or enter its space or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Did
gotcha.
Phoenix vanish?
Shouldn't have. I didn't take Phoenix off.
Is one of us hiding Phoenix?
Phoenix is not on my initiative sheet, so you must have accidentally deleted him.
Dang, sorry, I don't know how that happened.
Okay, hold on.
My bad. He was up in front of Bonnie though, like in between Bonnie and the creature.
Let me add him to the combat as well.
So are we trying to bash through a wall? Is that what you all are talking about? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Okay.
No.
No.
Okay.
Phoenix, did you roll initiative?
I did. I'm seeing 24 on my side.
Okay, so here's what I got.
Mm.
15 for Bonnie, 24 for Phoenix, 15 for Jax.
Yeah.
4 for Raven, 9 for Temperance.
Yeah.
Okay. Raven, I'm giving Cleo the same initiative as you.
Okay.
And then Lulu, I guess I'll put her on the turn with Bonnie, but she doesn't really do anything. I mean, she can, but she doesn't. That's not how she rolls. Mostly because she doesn't roll, she flies. Okay. All right, Phoenix, it is your turn.
Okay. Step 1 is going to be bonus action, enter a rage.
Okay.
Mark that. Boom. Step 2, we are going to take the Warhammer and reckless attack.
Okay.
This whatever this thing is.
Yeah, it's incorporeal, you notice,
Oh,
as it kind of
that's-
floats around.
That sucks. We hate that.
Could it
That's
have
bad.
taken the Spirit Guardian?
It will go ahead and
First,
and that's the
yeah.
20 damage.
20 dex
yes.
save.
20 versus
Yeah.
dex.
Okay, let me go ahead and roll a dex save. That's an 18, so I assume half that.
I don't know what Bonnie's DC
yes,
is.
it is.
There's
I'm
no way
assuming
it's
it's
higher
not
than
18.
18. Yeah, there's
Wait a minute.
no
You
way.
need to know what the stats are. For
We need to know
the-
what your spell save is.
my
It's
what?
not high.
Spell
Spell save
DC. Spell
DC.
save DC.
It's not. There's no way it's higher than 18 though.
16.
Yeah. I would say it's not higher than 18. 18 is like level
Much higher,
20.
yeah.
Yeah, level 20 stuff.
That is with advantage. 13 to hit.
Okay.
Probably doesn't
Excellent. It does in fact hit.
Oh, okay. And I am gonna do my frenzy damage on this one.
I assume you have to go up into melee, so I assume you're gonna do that
Yes.
move.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna lock that.
Okay, so that is 8 plus 9 is 17 points of damage on attack number 1.
Okay.
It is bludgeoning damage. This is a magical weapon. I don't know what
You got
is
it.
relevant or not.
I will keep that in mind.
Okay. Attack number 2, still reckless, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Good God, 12.
12. Will actually hit.
All right, gang, 12 hits.
Good to know.
And this one is 12 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it's still not doing as much damage as you would have hoped.
Of course not.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, that's everything
Although,
for me.
That being said, I'm pretty sure magical damage isn't really a thing in the new version of 5e. I think that's one of the things
They
that
got rid of.
mixed. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
I think that it's just things that are built into stat blocks.
Sure.
But anyway, okay. That will take us to Jax.
Okay. I'm a little bit further behind, so I'm going to use my movement. Will I be able to make it through? Because I can't quite tell what
You
the
can
movement
make it
space
up
is.
back. You can move it up basically back to right behind Phoenix, but you won't be able to move past Phoenix.
Right. Okay.
So now, how much movement did that take for you?
I've got 30 feet of movement speed, so I don't
Okay, so that's
I don't know how to work that out.
That was maybe 10, it looks like.
Yeah, that was about 10 foot of movement. So moving through an allied space is actually free now. You don't have to use any movement to move past an ally, but it's difficult terrain to move through an enemy, which for you would have literally just enough if you want to go through them to get to the other side.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wanted to get to the other side of the.
Of course, you can also bonus action dash because rogue.
Not going to, but thank you for the thought.
Only because it's not needed.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a attack, but use the side blades, so the shadow energy that you've seen Jax use.
Jax, you also have inspiration back.
Thank you. Wait, do I have 2 attacks? I can't quite remember. This is
No, all rogues only ever get 1.
But I do get sneak attack because there's somebody in combat with it as well, correct?
Yes, if you hit, you do a sneak.
Okay, so.
But no advantage, just a straight attack.
No advantage, just straight attack. Go. That is a 16 to hit.
Roll with sneak.
Roll with sneak. That's 10, 25 damage there.
Okay.
Plus, I've now got Vex, which gives me
next attack's an advantage.
Is that
I
the
believe.
next attack roll? So
yeah,
does that count for a bonus attack?
It would attack if Now,
Okay.
but your bonus can't get sneak.
Okay, but
you can make a bonus action attack, and you would have advantage to hit.
Okay. Advantage. That's 21.
Definitely hits. Roll damage. I'm not sure if they changed it, but it used to be offhand strikes were just the dice roll, no modifier. So just the D4 or the D6 or whatever.
I think that's still the case.
It's showing. It's on the bonus action. It's still showing the
Okay.
the same psychic damage, the 1d4 plus 4.
All right, sounds good.
So that's another 6 damage on top.
Yeah, and then this thing does poof.
Okay.
Okay. That will take us to Bonnie.
Okay. So what am I seeing now? Is there
Nothing.
another
It
one?
is totally empty that you can see. Cleo and Raven, therefore, could inform you that the big tree thing is still trying to make its way in, and that it did see another one of those creatures somewhere.
Okay. Well, I've got the guardian sitting right there, so it's a little hard for me to see. But am I correct in that this is now the way out? The way that
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you could move 10, 20. You could move up to about right here without just your regular movement. And then you could take a dash action if you wanted to, or you could prepare another action if you wanted to do something else.
Well, I already have mage armor on because that happens initially. I already have the guardian where he is, so I think I'm going to dash.
Okay. So
I'm
then
just going
that
to try
would
to get up
take
there and see
you-
what's going on. When you show me, I'll move there.
Okay, that's another 20 foot right here. Okay, hold on. Trying to
You
remember
pinged
all
it.
of the.
I'm not seeing it. Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't
So-
pinged it. I was trying to remember all the keyboard shortcuts. It's very nifty
Okay.
that they put the keyboard shortcuts in, but I need to memorize them
Yeah.
in order for them to
Is
be
there
as
a
nifty.
way, the thing where you drop waypoints like you could in Roll20, do they have that in here?
No, not yet.
Mm.
That'd be really nice.
That was like the
I should
one, that's
add-
the one feature I missed the most.
That one's a nice one. There's a couple features that I miss. Not having the music is also very annoying. I miss that too. We should try to see if we can find a way to add that back in, but whatever.
I mean,
So
we
I
could
just have
theoretically
my
share
own-
it through Zoom, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have my own music playing just for my own.
Totally fair.
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
I could
same.
put some on for stream just so people.
It's all good.
Okay, that's it for Bonnie. She's just trying to get up there to see what that big thing is.
Okay, well, a big thing here is going to take its turn.
Oh boy.
It is going to take its entire action to do the bonk action. And unfortunately for him, it is difficult terrain, and he has to use actions to clear up, so he's only going to make it to there on his turn. Deeply unfortunate. Okay. Okay. How convenient. As you're going to see, Raven, you're going to see emerging through the wall one of these creatures.
Oh God. We had a whole conversation about things coming through the walls too, didn't we?
Hmm. Okay.
We're just gonna hear a squeak come from the other side of the wall.
I need Jax,
Ignore the tiny
Phoenix, Raven, and Temperance to all roll me a Constitution save.
Oh, crap.
Oh.
Okay,
Well.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
Okay.
Yep, so am I.
I think I'm actually going to do
damn
the same
I
as
think I
well.
might as well. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
that
a
was much
19.
better for me. I got a 24.
Okay. So let me check what these are. Okay. So after that, it looks like Phoenix has a 14.
Yep.
Raven has an 11. Jax has a 19, and Temperance
Yep.
has a 24.
Yep.
Okay. Did everyone
Okay.
end up using their inspiration on that, or did somebody do well to begin with?
All of us.
No.
I think we all did.
I just
of
wanted
us.
to make sure I was pulling off the right people's
Yeah,
inspiration.
all three of us
Yeah.
just used
Okay.
it.
Phoenix, you got yours back.
Great.
I
Thank
think
you.
I have enough to give somebody back too.
Okay, and then let me see here. So everyone except for Raven is going to take 8 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Raven,
Oh.
you drop to 0 hit points. You are unconscious.
Oh,
Shoot.
damn.
Okay. Temperance.
That changes what I was gonna do then.
You
If I heard
cannot see her. You have no idea that Raven is unconscious.
she did say that she squeaked when the thing walked through the wall, though.
Make me. What is your passive insight?
Oh God, 14.
14. I'll get with a 14 passive insight. I will say that you do have the wherewithal to realize that something is very wrong.
Okay. Well, let's see.
But only because your passive insight is high enough to go, vibes are messed up.
Vibes are bad. All right,
Bad
10,
vibes. Bad vibes.
And they are.
plus 25.
Vibes are atrocious.
It was 8 damage, wasn't it?
Yes, only 8.
Yeah. Okay. I think if I'm measuring correctly with my movement, I can get to there.
And that will be enough to see the creature.
And to see Raven unconscious on the ground.
Yep.
So hold on, let me see here. That's I'm going to that's bonus action. So bonus action healing word
Got it?
to Raven. Which is 4, but I've got a feature that one of those was a 1. I rolled one of
Yeah,
those
you
dice as a
can-
1, and I have a feature I can re-roll that.
Yep.
So that was 4 plus 3
So 7 plus whatever you roll.
plus 2, so 9.
9.
Healing.
Hey, better than nothing.
Better than the 1. I'll take a 2.
Yeah.
I'll take a 2 over a 1.
That's
and-
twice as much.
Exactly. And then for my action, that's a leveled spell, but I can still cast a cantrip for my action.
Absolutely.
Okay. Then I'm going to cast what am I gonna do? We'll use Sorcerer's Burst. And she'll just shoot lightning out of her hands.
Okay, roll to hit. That's a new spell, I believe.
It's the new sorcerer cantrip, yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
15 to hit.
Will hit. Yeah.
And that it's gonna list it as acid because I don't know how to change that.
That's fine. You get to pick the
I
spell
get to
type.
choose, yeah.
Yep.
So that's only 4 damage.
Okay.
But that was really low roll on that damage. But
Yeah, and it does hit her, but it doesn't seem to do all that much damage.
okay. And that's it. That's movement, action, bonus action for me.
Okay.
Oh God.
Raven and Cleo.
Cleo is going to
Yeah, go
drop
on.
invisibility and try to get the tree's attention and get it to follow it down the wrong path.
Okay. Roll me a deception check at disadvantage, because he is hearing all of the fighting down the way he is going. So
Okay.
roll me a deception check at disadvantage, and yes, that will use Cleo's stats. I can roll that if you'd like. I have it right here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, rolled a 22. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, on his
Hey,
turn, we'll see how he
no,
reacts to that. But certainly, okay.
As far as I'm
Raven.
concerned,
Yes, you are prone. You heard you heard the oh, I can't think of it. What's it called? Oh, what's it called in Harry Potter that you listen to the scream and then it kills you? Mandrake. You hear the mandrake and it knocks you out.
you went Mandrake, I went to Mentor. Half movement to stand.
Dementor,
Bonus
Dementor.
action. Guardian of Nature.
Mhm.
And I am going to go with Great Tree,
Okay.
which will give me 10 temporary hit points.
That sounds like a good idea for you.
Advantage on Constitution saving throws.
Smart.
And if the ground around me within 15 feet of me is difficult to train for enemies.
Okay.
Oh,
Very good.
Okay.
All right. Was that an
my-
action?
Nope, that's a bonus action.
Ooh, nasty.
She is quite angry, so she is going to call. No, I'm not. I only got 1 level 4. Nope. I am going to do it at level 3. I am going to call lightning on the spooky guy.
Is there a space requirement for call lightning anymore, or did they get rid of that? There used to be a space requirement. You used to have
Yeah.
enough overhead space. I don't know if that's still true.
10 minute.
Let's see. Takes the shape of a
duration,
cylinder, 10 feet tall,
60
6 foot radius. No, it does not seem to
Okay, they got rid of that. Excellent. Okay.
have the thing it used
And
to.
then is it a deck save for it?
Dex. Yep. Dex save 15.
I got a 3 with a nat 1. So go ahead and roll that damage.
nice.
That's 18 damage.
Ooh,
Okay, it does
nasty.
not do all that much damage, but it did something.
And then my feet is 30, so 15 to move or stand, 15 to back the hell up.
Yep. Okay. That will take us back to the top with Phoenix.
Oh boy. I think Phoenix has to make a call here. I think Phoenix is going to go on forward towards Bonnie so that she's not up against Tree Boy alone. I don't know from where I'm at how far I can get.
Yeah, gotcha. Are you going to sprint?
Yeah, he's going to dash. And I do have 40 feet of movement
Okay.
as a base now.
That's 30, 40. 40. 60 gets you to Bonnie.
Okay.
And so 20 would get you basically on the other side of the bend. A little farther. Here, I can get you up to here.
Okay.
So you can move a little farther up than that if you want.
Sure.
Okay. Bonus action. You can use your bonus action to maintain your rage.
Yeah, that's the right call.
Okay. Jax.
Seeing that Phoenix has gone that way, and that Temperance ran that way, I'm gonna make the decision to run after Temperance.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use my movement to dash, my movement to head, and then bonus action dash.
Okay. Yeah, hold on. Look at the yeah, 30-foot movement.
Yes.
20, 30, 40, 50. That'll get you almost exactly where Temperance is.
Right. Okay, doc. Can I see the thing?
From where, if you go up to like on the other side of Temperance, which yes, you could see it from there.
Okay, doc. I'm gonna use my action to attack, and I'm gonna throw the shadow energy, just launch it straight into it.
Okay. For the
I won't
moment,
have
Raven, I'm
sneak.
gonna hide this, not just to make it a little easier for me to see the map.
Sorry, I accidentally grabbed that and I didn't mean to.
Oh, good. I do think I can lock it to you though.
I was just trying to move the map so people in chat can see. Also, real quick while we have a break, Unusual Solutions, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. We are Ages of Ainur. We are in the middle of a battle. So we're not going to linger long, but we do appreciate the raid. Welcome. Hope y'all had a great stream.
Okay, Jax, what are you doing?
Okay, so throwing the psychic blade straight at the thing.
Okay, yes, go for it. No advantage, straight roll, no sneak if you hit.
Yeah. So that'll be that's a 10 to hit.
Nope, not quite. You their AC's bad, but it's not that bad as you launch it and it misses.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm stealing a joke from the Tuesday night game. I think that this tree should be named Chapel Bone.
Amazing.
Thank
Good
you.
one.
And then it has a steed, and but everyone who has one is part of the Pink Bony Club.
Bony Club. Of course.
Amazing.
Thank you. Anyway, okay, that will move us to Bonnie. Bonnie?
You guys can't
Okay,
hear it,
yeah,
but I
sorry.
did do a rim shot sound for chat.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
so Bonnie's at least going to move 30 feet. So where does that get her?
Okay, 30 feet will get you. 20 feet is to Phoenix, so that'll get you right there.
And that is not close enough to see him, is it?
Nope, but you could always hold an action.
I think not having any idea. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I got an idea.
Kaylee and I
Hold
have
on.
inspiration back.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Okay. I want to, with my last magic spell, I want to know if I can place a wall of fire as far ahead as I can see, or with what my distance is for me.
Wall
Wall.
of fire.
Nice.
Interesting. Yes, you should be
On a
able to
solid
do that.
surface.
Yeah, and Guardians of Faith is not concentration either, so you could do that. Yeah, no, you could totally do that. Hold on.
Okay, it says that it's 60 feet, so
Oh yeah, no.
I don't know which way I can place this. Okay, you're working on it. All right.
Oh yeah. Don't
'Cause
worry.
I'm hearing enough to know that that guy came that way when he did the
Oh
the-
yeah.
I heard the
Oh
crash.
yeah. Unquestionably.
Okay,
So
then
I'm just
I
gonna
am-
say you put it down the hallway. Is that fair?
yes,
read.
that's excellent.
I've
Thank
had
you
a
for helping me
wonderful,
with that.
terrible idea.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I know I may damage the place. Does it
Well-
really burn stuff? I haven't.
Also, these are bones, not trees, so we don't even know what the.
I mean, bones burn.
But what I'm wondering is, would it be possible to drop a wall of fire on another wall of fire and double down?
Ooh, I've got bad news for Cleo.
Uh-oh.
Cleo's about to poof.
Okay.
Yep. Cleo's gone. Cleo had a good run.
It says that the wall is opaque and lasts for the duration. Would I know if it was going to make damage on its own?
It will do damage on its own. Anything that's in it will take damage for sure. So this guy's about to be taking some damage. If you, yeah.
Well, what I'm
when
trying to get at, will the will the bones take damage?
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, okay, thank you. But I'm trying it anyway because we're desperate, right?
Mhm.
Whoa, I got that much fire,
Yeah, it's
60
like
foot.
60 feet long.
but I couldn't see it all. But that's okay because it just traveled.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
listen. If you just, I think it's more than reasonable if it's like just down the hallway in that direction.
And
That
it
is
just,
completely
like,
Yeah.
you don't
It
have
also-
like, you don't have any control over it. It's just
This-
down the hallway in that direction.
I do also
Okay.
think this says on a surface within range. It actually doesn't say that you can see in the new
That is true.
rules on this. So
Okay.
unless
you
there's
did walk
something
down the
specific
hall,
in the
so-
general rules about magic that you have to see targets of stuff,
Okay.
Which there
and then
probably is, but I like this, so I'm deciding this works.
okay. Well, I'll have, if anything.
everybody
else happens,
see rule number 2 at the beginning of the stream.
listen, I am going to have to step away for a moment, so I'm going
Okay.
to mute myself and turn
That's fine.
and turn my wall of fire to you guys.
Okay. Speaking of which, now I happen to know that Phoenix has Wall of Fire stats readily available.
Yeah.
Could you go ahead and tell me how much damage that's doing? 'Cause he's about to be taking
Yes.
that damage.
Let's
He's
see.
definitely taking that
5d8.
damage.
Well, it's 5d8, but for each higher level, she only has 4th level though, right?
Yeah, she only has.
So 5d8 fire damage on a creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of the side she chooses or inside the wall. I don't know that it really matters which side she chooses in this particular space.
When it
so
appears, it needs to make a dex saving throw.
yeah,
Yeah.
that also too.
So hold on just a second here as
And
I
she
roll
said her
a-
DC was 16 from earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
16. Yeah.
Well, rolled an 11, so it's definitely not succeeding that.
Hell yeah.
Phoenix, you want to go ahead and roll the
5d8.
damage for me?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
Damn. That's a lot of damage.
Okay. I've got 17. Not great on the damage there.
Okay. You hear it scream.
Hell yeah.
You hear it scream loudly.
Great.
Okay. Good. Yeah, that's good to know.
Bad.
Yeah. And it is now its turn, and it is going to take its turn desperately trying to get out, but I don't think it has enough movement with the squeezing rules and difficult terrain to actually get out. So it will end its turn
it's
in the
gonna
fire
take
again.
Again.
Nice.
All right, that's 5
a
more.
four deck save. So roll it again.
It doesn't even take a deck save
Better
on
damage,
any
better
other turn.
damage. No, it's
Okay.
it's worse.
Yeah.
13. Damn. No, wait,
Okay.
I only rolled 4. Hang on, I got one more. I only rolled 4 dice. And the last one's an 8, baby. That is
Nice.
21.
Okay. Yeah, once again, it is screaming bloody murder because of that.
Phoenix is like, we told you, we warned you.
Okay. It is now
You didn't listen.
this thing's turn, and it is going to fly through walls right up to
Good
Raven.
God.
Just like
I hate to
watching
tell you,
Bonus Mom
difficult
get
terrain
back
doesn't
in
do a
here.
whole lot when it's incorporeal.
Oh man.
It was a good thought. It was a really good thought,
But you've
I
got
love
advantage on con saves, and like the other things
Yeah.
are good.
which may or may not end up being quite helpful.
Oh, shh.
Okay.
Good luck,
That's a
everybody.
24 to hit, Raven.
Yeah, 24 hits, but
Okay.
hellish rebuke.
Okay, give me just one. Okay.
I should have gone the other way. Bonus Mom's about to solo this tree.
Yeah, she is. No, literally. No, no, she is soloing this tree. Oh, what terrible. Only 7 points of damage. Horrible.
Okay.
Okay, it's doing it again. That's a nat 20.
Oh no!
Oh.
R.I.P. Raven.
Ooh, hellish rebuke damage though. That's nice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the.
You have your
okay, how
backup
much
character
hellish-
ready, Raven?
No.
Yeah, hold on. Let
That's
me.
a 25.
Okay, for hellish rebuke, that much damage, and that's a deck save, I assume. It
Yes,
failed the
dex
deck save, so it doesn't matter. But it also doesn't take all of the damage, unfortunately for you.
21.
Okay.
And mine was 9.
Okay. Wait, hold on. Yeah,
Yeah,
you take
but-
8. You take 8.
Okay.
Okay, and then wait, no, the first one that hit you took 7 damage, not 8. And then the second attack that hits you, sorry, I have to roll another die here. Cool, is an additional 15 on top of that.
Oh,
Necrotic.
Ooh.
I'm
Oh,
on
and
Digest again.
Jax, it's gonna turn at you and look at you straight in the face. And I need you to roll me a wisdom save. Jax's highest stat, I know.
Balls.
good God.
That's an 18.
Okay, yeah, so nothing happens as it stares you straight in the
wobbled.
face.
That wobbled on a 3. That was terrifying.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
Yeah, man, one thing I'm ready for them to update. Right now, the dice roller doesn't actually have any dice that roll, it just throws the number. I'm ready for it to actually get the dice rollers on the map itself. That will be nice when they're able to implement that. Anyway, that is the end of its turn. And we do go to Temperance.
Wait, is Raven down again?
Yeah, Raven's
Yep.
down again.
Oof.
Ooh.
Damn.
Man,
Eva down.
I keep wanting to do things, but I have to keep healing
Do
Raven.
things. Do things first. You can come back to me.
Okay, I'm gonna do things first. So first,
say-
I'm going to.
Wait, don't you have Twin Spell?
I do. I have.
Let's say you can Twin Spell Healing Word. That is an option. If you ever wanted to. I'm not saying you have to do it now. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that
I don't
is-
have a reason to right now
Okay.
because it's just Raven. But I was going to do other things.
Well, you say that. Roll
Yeah.
me a religion check.
Oh no. Okay. Religion check. God. +0. 8.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Bum, 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 da-dum,
Yeah, I know,
da-dum,
right?
da-dum.
No, I think Temperance would heal. Temperance would heal Raven, I think.
Got it.
So I will do another healing word. Actually, do I have a healing potion? I don't want to run up
Which
though.
Fortnite? I thought Pixel was gonna bust into the Imperial March.
Yeah, same.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I'll do another healing word. Where is it? There it is.
No, I think if I hum too much of that, Disney will drone strike our house.
That's
The mouse don't fuck around.
fair. 9 points of healing, and then I will
I believe this goes away as well.
I'll do another sorcerer's burst.
Okay.
and
What damage type?
We'll do cold this time.
Okay, go for it. Roll the hit.
18.
18 hits.
Oh man, I wish that I rolled better. 9 points of
It
damage.
does no damage.
No damage. Great. Awesome.
Seems to be immune to cold.
Fantastic.
Oof.
Good to
Oof.
know.
Hate to see it.
Well,
Really,
you know,
really
you got to
hate to see
test everything out, right? If you don't
Yeah.
know. So
Raven, you are waking up from consciousness once again.
He is going to slam that thing with a moonbeam.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Ooh, it did succeed on the save, but it still takes half damage.
That's a 27.
Ooh, okay.
Damn.
Damn.
Well, and here's interestingly, it takes a lot of damage. Like a lot
Nice.
of damage. Okay, hold on, let me see. Vulnerability doubles the amount you take, so that's 54. And then I half that once again back to 27. Okay,
yeah.
there we go. Okay.
It's
okay.
just like
So literally
multiply by 2, divide by 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're multiplying it by 2 over 2.
Yeah, multiply by 2 over 2. Yeah. Yep. That's how that works. I know how to do math. I have the best math anyway.
I mean, it's not normally my strong suit
You're
either,
an English teacher.
Yeah, English teacher vibes. Okay, yeah, it took that damage and it is starting to look a little fuzzy. All right, anything else you're doing, Raven?
No, because I think all of my bonus is spells, which I can't do twice. I have healing word, but that's a spell. Nope, I'm good.
you have any health potions?
Oh, I do.
That's a bonus action
And that's
now.
now a
Bonus
bonus
action.
Bonus
now.
action now.
Thank you,
Okay.
2024.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank
Kidding.
you, Haley.
Glug, 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 glug.
I take
Thank
lug
you.
action.
Thank you, Baldur's Gate 3.
I do wonder how much of this was them telling Baldur's Gate 3 to change the rules, and how much they saw it working in Baldur's Gate 3 and used that. I wonder how much of it went which direction, because I know
Yeah.
it's some of. I
There's
know
a
it's some
few
of both.
things. I think there's a few things that I suspect that Baldur's Gate might have had some previews on some things.
Well, I know they did because they had like
Yeah.
the Wild Heart Barbarian. Like
Yeah.
they wouldn't have come up with that on their own.
No,
I
there's
know
a few
that
things.
some of that they did, but some of it they may have gone the other direction. I just don't know. It's interesting that happened.
It is interesting.
Anyway, Phoenix.
Okay.
Wall of fire.
I had a thought,
Wall
but
of
now
fire.
that I can tell
Wall
that
of
this
fire.
guy is running the other way. So here's the thing. I have a ring of fire resistance. Here's the other
You're
thing.
gonna run into the fire.
Here's the other thing. I have advantage on dexterity saving throws. The other thing is I have 40 feet of movement. I'd have to dash, but I could get all the way to the other side of this guy.
Well, it is difficult terrain, so you would be standing. Difficult terrain to move through him.
Right.
So,
if it's like, yeah, not quite. Okay. So I would end up risking taking it twice, but it does half damage, and if I make the save, it's a quarter damage. Now my dex save is only +2, but I have advantage. I would need to roll a 14 or higher on the die, which is kind of rough.
But you have advantage.
What would
you would only take damage
do?
if you end your turn in
Well,
the fire.
I take it as soon as I run in, but then I have to end my turn in it because I don't think.
I think that I'm pretty no.
It's
It's
just if you
only.
end
Oh
your
no!
turn.
You're right. Yeah. Well, but I
when you
will have
first
to end
cast
it.
and when you end your turn.
But I will
you
have
wouldn't
to.
have to take it twice.
I would have to. Yeah, you're right. I would have to end my turn in it though because I can't get to either there
Yeah.
So you take
or
it
there.
once.
So that's only once because it's when you end, not start your turn.
Correct.
Phoenix. His eyes go flat. He cracks his neck a little bit, loosens up, and he's gonna do it. He's gonna run directly into the fire.
Okay, and you get around the corner, and as soon as this happens, you hear a voice in your head that says, "I'm not going to lie. That was pretty goddamn cool." And all of a sudden, you see once again sprouting up around the massive creature another wall of fire.
Yes.
As it gets to decide, and it uses its action
To drop a wall of fire on top of
drop
another
a
wall of fire.
That's amazing.
It thought that was cool enough that it thought you deserved it. So go ahead,
And
and we'll make that
Phoenix,
save
as he
again.
hears that, he is gonna just kind of nod slightly and go, "Hell yeah, G Money."
Bonnie, on the other hand, screams, "Phoenix, no!" at the top of her lungs when he plunges into the wall of fire.
I will say, Bonnie, you can also drop concentration at any time and get rid of the wall.
I would not do that though.
So go ahead. It rolled a 2 on that deck save. So go ahead and roll that damage.
Ah, yes, 5d8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, big money, no whammies.
Come on, come on, come on.
21, we'll take it.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, that's pretty solid. 42 damage. It does that. Okay, so that was only 20 of your movement. So
Are you going to run back out?
Yeah, so I mean, if I dash, I can get all the way up to him.
yeah.
So I
basically.
might as well do that. I don't think stopping
Okay.
and throwing a javelin. Well, no, I am going to stop at 40 feet and throw a javelin because
Okay,
he
so
would
that
either have to
would-
come further back in to get to me,
So that would
or
put you
I'll be
right
able to get to
there.
him probably next time. So
Yeah, that puts you there. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll that damage. Or roll the hit.
yeah, roll to hit. I can't reckless this, I don't think.
Yeah, you can. You can reckless anything.
All right, we're recklessing. I mean, is he anything if not reckless in this moment? Although I probably have disadvantage because it's opaque and I can't see, right? Not to rules while you're
giant
myself.
tree.
Hang on, wait.
Yeah,
big.
whatever.
He
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna say
big.
no. You
Okay.
can easily see it. It's not
Great.
hard to see.
Love that because it's a 23 to hit.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
damn.
it would have the worst. It would have been like a flat roll as opposed to
Yeah.
In anyway, so
Right,
it
yeah,
hits. Roll damage. You don't get the extra
Right.
rage damage, but you still get the regular.
Wait. If you reckless attack while rage is action, you deal an additional 2d6 damage to the first target you hit on your turn with a strength-based attacks. I think thrown
There you
weapons
go.
are
Yep,
strength-based
yep.
attacks.
They changed it. Used
Let's
to be melee.
go!
There you go. It's 2024
Rage.
really coming through for you.
Okay, and then. Oh wait, hang on. This is. I should. Actually, that's interesting. My damage on javelin is showing is it's showing. Okay, no. I guess it doesn't matter. Whatever, it's fine. So I think on my sheet it's showing as the javelin still being dex based for some reason. Not that I know how to fix that, but
You can after your turn, you can go in and modify it
yeah.
on the attack, but whatever.
Okay. Anyway, Okay, so that was 6, or 8, and 7 more on top of that.
Nice. All right, an additional 15 damage. Yeah, it is barely. Wait, hold on. And as you do, you pin it to the wall, and it is there as it starts to burn. And it does burn up.
Oh.
So we're not
Damn.
totally done yet. There is one more thing to kill, but we're almost done.
Okay, when it goes down, can Phoenix just yell, Bonnie, it's dead, drop it, so I don't have to get burned again?
Bonnie, I'm assuming you're dropping concentration hearing that the thing is dead.
If I heard that after I screamed Phoenix, no, absolutely, yes, I dropped it.
Okay, you got it. And no damage at all for Phoenix. Somehow. Somehow.
Into the fire. Oh my god.
Literal wall of fire and taking no
Incredible.
damage.
It's amazing.
You better be glad that the shield liked you in that moment. It just thought you did something cool enough to warrant it. Jax, it's your turn.
Okay, look. I'm gonna use my movement. Get up on this thing. Sorry, felt the need. I'm gonna use my psychic blades to attack the thing. So the shadow blade again. That is a 25 to hit.
All right, you can roll damage if you want, but it's dead.
I'm going to roll damage because I can. So that is 7 plus 11. 7,
yeah,
11.
It is super dead. As that happens, and the place quiets down a little bit. Phoenix, you do notice that there are a couple of small little fires throughout this hallway, and the next one, you guys take the next 20, 30 minutes putting out fires, literally in this case, and
Okay,
trying
now
to
my
fix the place
question
up the
is,
best you can.
were the bones damaged?
Oh yeah, not like
Okay, then
permanently, probably.
Bonnie
but
is gonna, when she gets the all okay for everybody else, she's gonna wander up and down the thing with mending and try to make those bones.
yeah,
look as
fix
much
them as
like
best
they
as you
did.
can. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, yeah, do the
And the
best work you
entrance,
can do.
too.
Yep,
Yeah.
got it. Perfect. You're up there like doing furiously mending everything that you can see over that. So the next,
And I want
you
to
guys
tell myself that when Phoenix and Bonnie got together, they high-fived over it. Come
Oh
on.
yeah,
She
I
might
will
even
say-
have hugged him whether he wanted her to or not.
I
That
do
was-
feel
that
like
was so
Phoenix's
cool.
like hair and beard have been badly singed for sure. Like he may not have taken any
no
damage,
eyebrows
but
left.
like he's soot blackened, like hair's like frazzled and all crazy. Beard is a mess.
So I just imagine you like her body coming up to give you a hug, prestidigitating you clean real quick, and then giving the hug.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they can't mending your hair back.
Right.
So
I will be making a new burnt Phoenix Hero Forge, so
love that.
you will be awaiting that.
Please.
I love that.
No
So
eyebrows.
over
Love
the
it.
over the next, we're gonna say 12 hours. You guys can take a long rest. You guys do your best to clean the place up, and after about 12 hours or so, right back in the center, you guys are beat. You are tired. This place has exhausted you. And you see someone come back, and it is, of course, Red Ruth. Go, I haven't been this clean for a century. Was there any trouble? Great to hear. All
Yeah.
right, wonderful.
The Pink Boney Club stopped by.
Oh,
They were a little
interesting. I have
upset
no
about
idea what
something
you're
or
talking
other.
about. Yeah,
There
that
was
does happen sometimes.
A giant bone creature
Harold?
was well, he was looking for you, so we killed him.
Oh yeah, no good. Yeah, no, I'm glad you did. I'm glad that you did that. But anyway, that's good. Good. Well, good to hear. Well, I do have some things for you. For one, I picked these up from the as I was coming in. I did see that you had killed him. Good to see. And you missed this. She pulls out 2 things. Also told that I meant to tell you that you found these while searching the body, but forgot. So, there is a witch's hat, as well as a a witch's hat as well as a wand that she tosses out for both of you to have. I can already tell you, the witch's hat is a hat of disguise, and the wand is the wand of the war mage. So, all right. And she goes, all right, well, here we go. Okay, I can tell you how Razala can free herself from the pact. It's actually quite simple. All she needs to do is drink the blood of a titan.
Drink the blood of a. Oh, okay.
And where are we supposed to find Titan?
I mean, you could always go see Oldrock. I'll drop it in chat.
Okay, and does Old Rock bleed?
Does it have to be
I mean, I'm sure he will if you hit him hard enough. Although I would not recommend doing that without consent. He would obliterate you.
Right.
I would ask very nicely. Be careful, though. He's just not what he used to be.
Sure.
Go this way. Here, this here. And she points to like a cemetery. Just go find him there. Go ask for Aldrock, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll find him. I'm sure you
Any
will.
favorable things that he likes that we could maybe offer?
I have no idea.
All right. So, in blood of a titan to break a pact, go to see Old Rock at this cemetery, and that's that.
Assumably, Uldrak is Titan.
Yes.
Red Ruth, I have a question, if you don't mind. On our way in here, we ran into a lot of dead ends, but in one of them, something poofed our little friend Cleo, and he disappeared in one of the dead ends. Do you know what that might have been?
Did he try to grab the staff?
No.
No, he wasn't at the staff. The staff.
Did he
was
piss
at
off the dryads?
Oh,
No.
are there really dryads?
Well, yeah. Well, okay, but if he didn't do that, well, he didn't try to stupidly go into that bag of devouring, did he?
Oh no,
Bag of
not
devouring.
that. This was a different
Who would do
dead
that?
end.
Oh yeah, okay. No, then he must have hit the shambling mounds.
Oh,
Ambling bound.
we were just curious. We didn't see anything. We just knew it happened to him.
Must have been one of them. Well, anyway, go off and see Aldrak. Have a good time now. I don't want you here anymore. Goodbye.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
And she kind of, yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Fenix leaves as fast as he can.
So the wand
away
of the
from that,
war
get away from that.
mage. Just looking at it real quick, it's a spellcaster. You
Basically a +1 to all of your spell attacks.
basically, yeah.
So Bonnie can't really use it because she's already using an item that's better than that, essentially.
Okay.
Did you have the I'm pretty sure. Wait, didn't you have the blood?
I got a
amulet?
Bloodwell vial.
So
yeah.
then I think McReese might be the only person who could really use that.
Yeah,
So for her spell attacks.
that makes sense.
Okay.
So okay.
As we're
And-
leaving, I'm just going to take a tiny little bone off the floor and stick it in my hair.
You got it. Easy enough.
Just
And that seems like a pretty good place for us to end for this evening. I love that you changed the yeah. All right.
there was fire during the fire as well.
I didn't. I was too busy trying to keep track of all the stat blocks.
Alrighty,
That
well,
thing had,
folks.
by the way, that thing had like 170 HP.
Oh my
So
God.
you just stacked it all.
Is that the tree you're talking about?
Mhm.
We
That
did
could have
good
been a
with the
bru-
tree, Fenix.
That could have been a brutal fight, but it was
Yeah.
not. Anyway,
Yeah.
See, I
Amazing.
was afraid I was only going to be able to play it crosswise, like just to be able to do it lengthwise. Man, that was totally awesome.
Okay, well,
Alrighty.
folks, Thank you all for watching. We are going to raid out here in just a minute. I've got to find somebody to raid, but before we do that, we are going to go around and remind you who we have been and where we can be found in the future. I'm going to throw it to DocRobert.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I have been DocRobert, your hellish dungeon master, putting these people through infernal tortures. But hopefully, maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel of this infernal fetch quest. So I will throw it back to Pixel.
Hello, everyone. Once again, I am Pixel. Tonight, I played Phoenix Brightgreen, reckless runner into the fire, co-slayer of bone-based treant, Chapel Bone and the Pink Boney Club. And you can find me in a couple of places. So, actually, I believe this is next week. Let me look at my calendar. Stand by, everyone. I will be jumping back. Yes, no. Yeah, next weekend. So next Sunday, the 18th of May, I will be jumping back into the GM chair, and I will be starting a new stream here with my friend over at Vincent Page. We will be doing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, which we have done on the channel before. It will be different this time. You know, it'll be fun. We're co-streaming it with him. That is going to be a fun time. You may all remember him from Curse's Rod. You can also find me here at twitch.tv/hammerpixel, where I'll be playing more Final Fantasy XIV until I finish Dawn Trail, and then I'll stop doing that as often and be doing other things, and that'll also be a good time.
All right. Bonus Mom.
And I am Bonus Mom, and I was Bonnie Mama tonight, and I did a good thing with the Wall of Fire. I'm so excited. This is like a huge victory for me. I am on TikTok. I am on Twitch. I show up on YouTube with recorded things, and I'm here on Dungeons & Dragons on Ages of Ainur with Pixel. Next time you're probably going to see me is Monday morning about 9:30 a.m. on TikTok and Twitch, and I'll be crocheting and chatting.
Alrighty, McReese.
I'm McReese, and I have been playing Raven, the tiny tiefling druid who proves you don't piss off the short girls. I can be found in Bonus Mom's lives, keeping everything nice and civil and polite.
Okay. Next, we will go to Noah Mark.
Hello, my name's Cam on Noramark. Tonight I've been the mighty Jax, proving that stealing's fun? Question mark.
But also risky.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, Kaylee.
I'm Kaylee or Christy, and I play Temperance, the Air Genasi sorcerer who didn't get to use any of her extra cool things this time, but that's okay. And I can be found on TikTok and Twitch sometimes. I also stream with a group, Reality Break 20. We're doing Candlekeep Mysteries right now, and that's on Tuesday nights. And we're also posting those on YouTube, so you can catch up if you want. Under Reality Break 20, that's me.
Alrighty, well, everybody, thank you very much for hanging out. We are going to raid another group playing D&D, Slayer Case, I think. So they seem like they're having a fun stream over there. We're gonna go check them out. Appreciate you all for hanging out for this absolutely wild stuff that we do on some Saturday nights and in the future some Sunday nights and used to be Friday nights, whatever night it happens to be. We're glad that you're here when you're with us. Shout out again to Unusual Solutions. Thank you for the raid earlier. And as always, until the next time that I see you, be a little kinder to yourself than you think you should be, and be as mean to fascists as you possibly can. Thank you, everyone,
Amen.
and good night.
Let me tell a tale of a world where heroes walk among us, fighting through the darkness left by monsters and by selfish men. A tale of glory rents asunder, sacrifice and battles lost. Our heroes know not what awaits them, and still they carry on. Let me sing a song of a family forged by by trials and woe. On their own they falter, but together